Welcome to the Trophy Room pre-show. I'm your host, Joseph. Alongside me, my two amazing co-hosts, Miss Light and Mr. K-Step. How are the both of you doing tonight?
Tired.
Same.
Fair. I am also not lucid, so this is going to be a real fun show. That said, though, we got some games right here.
We do. Also, Joe, could you please tweet out that we're live on Blue Sky
Absolutely.
and Twitter?
Tweet.
If we want to do that.
You mean skeet? We got a skeet that we're.
Skeet.
It's officially called a skeet.
That just reminded me because before we started, I told Light about I used to do a college radio show when I was in college for sports. Mm-hmm. And we had a segment that we did every once in a while where I would read a hip hop song, but very politely, and with no rhythm. And so skeet, motherfucker, skeet, hot damn.
Love that.
I did it for Extra Life once too. I forgot what song I did. I think it was like a Nicki Minaj song or something.
Oh boy, like Anaconda.
It might have been actually. Yes, I think it was. I think
I
you
am
were
so far
that, by the way.
On the opposite end of my life right now, where I've been turning every song I know into a poop on the potty song.
Yes.
So every song, the tune has been turned into a how do I get you to poop on the toilet, please?
I love it.
Poop on the toilet. I love that.
What are we thinking here for this one? I see a map marker. Where is it?
So hear me out. There was a let's type in Brink.
Oh God.
Let's type in Brink. Something brings me back to that dreadful game, and I am so sorry to everyone that's the first one.
Oh, I didn't see it. Yeah. It's not Brink.
Okay, not Brink.
Oh, Valorant.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was gonna say Valorant next.
Yeah, I was definitely gonna say Valorant. Definitely knew that.
Absolutely. Oh, it's not Valorant.
What?
Excuse me?
But it's PC only.
Oh, wait. Nope, never mind. I was going to say, what's that Battle Royale game you played, Joe, to platinum to make a point? Was it Rogue Company?
Oh, right, Rogue Company.
But that's on console.
Yeah, so that's on console. Yeah.
The art style looks like...
Yeah.
Funky.
Like weird.
So
like weird
says the finals? Is it the finals?
I don't think it's the finals, but... Because finals is everywhere.
It's not the finals.
Oh, shit.
Place.
It's an FPS. Spectre. This looks strange.
This isn't like...
It's like cell shady.
Yeah.
It's not a Counter-Strike, is it? Like 2?
No.
They didn't drastically change the art style?
Then it also seems familiar.
Can I skip? Because we're going to get the dev name.
Okay.
Oh, no. Oh, this is a this year game.
This year game. Wasn't there something called Rustborn or something?
Yes.
Right?
But I don't know what that looked like.
Oh, shit. I'm so stupid. I posted it on my account and not the Trophy Room account.
Well, it's not Dustborn.
Not Dust.
Let's skip one more time.
Okay.
Mountaintop Studio. It's not. Obviously, it's not Concord.
Nope, we would know. Let me just retweet it from.
Oh shoot!
Is it that Ubi game? Hyperspace? No, it's not that one.
No.
This is not going to help. But did Snowbike Mike stream this with a couple of the guys?
He might have.
A couple months ago. Oh God.
X-Defiant? Oh no, it doesn't look like X-Defiant.
No.
What is this?
Well, okay.
If we start at a loss, can we pretend we didn't start yet and then start next time?
Well, didn't we see a bunch of names?
We get a mulligan.
Yeah, we got one mulligan.
What do you mean?
We didn't we see a name flying there?
That's just like the Santai Players Collective.
Spectre Divide.
See the name Spectre?
It did say place Spectre earlier. Yeah, that was
it. That was chat. That was not me. That was not me. That was chat. Thank you, Cinderloo.
There you go,
I legit have never heard of that game ever.
Never in my life.
It's crazy.
Okay.
That's crazy.
That was a hard first one.
That's a hard first one. I don't like that one.
That was a hard first one.
Cinderloo says you reminded him of it.
Hey!
Right? So that was...
Go team. Go team.
I immediately thought it was like some Gmod craziness, like
the
prop hunt or something. But
the lab coat made me think of like Half-Life for some reason, which I've never played.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I mean, obviously this is an older one.
We got 2 golden.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with Light on that one. Oh, GoldenEye?
Yeah, we've got 2 of them in chat, so it's not GoldenEye.
84.
It's definitely not Half-Life.
Definitely not. And now that... Could this be Perfect Dark? Watch it.
Wasn't that older than this?
Nope.
Nope. Fuck.
PC and mobile.
Oh, PC and mobile. Come on, guys.
You do not. You do not. You do not.
Yeah.
You do not. What?
All right, let's skip. Oh, well, just all
Tron?
the genres.
I was just gonna say Tron.
Really?
Yes, that looks like a Tron cycle.
Tron.
What?
Right? Yeah.
What was the Tron game?
Killer app.
Yeah, Tron Killer App. Let's do that one.
Do you really want me to go though? It's in Tron.
Hey!
It's in the Tron universe.
It's in the Tron universe. All right, so
2003.
maybe...
Which one
Tron
sounds like a mobile game?
Battle Grids, honestly.
Battle Grids does, for
Tron
sure.
Evolution, I think.
Nope.
Oh, shit.
Oh, it's the disc one, because he's holding a disc. So it's Discs of Tron.
Fuck. It was Tron 2.0. Well, we said Tron 2.0,
We said Tron 2 Killer App.
Okay,
yeah.
this is a win. That's stupid.
They were splitting hairs on purpose.
We won.
Yeah. So, actually, no.
We win.
No, we win.
Mulligan.
Yeah. Okay. Now this looks...
I'm sorry, Joe. You said you tweeted it from you. I'm sorry. You skeeted it from yours?
Yeah, I skeeted it. And I skeeted it pretty hard.
That's why you had changed your shirt earlier.
Yep. I'm a bit of a sicko when it comes to my skeeting rituals.
Oh, no. What happened? Oh, because you used a Bitly.
Well, what?
Bitleys won't automatically play in the feed, I think.
Oh, okay. Then let me try. Let's change that. And then that actually gives me...
You can put it on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, this one. So Kenneth says MGS4. I like that guess.
I like that. Yeah. MGS4.
Metal Gear Solid 4 had a very brown look to it, like this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, we made up for the last one.
Yeah.
Way to go, Silkanet.
Nice shot.
Thank you, Silkanet. You beautiful soul.
I remember when that game, you would install it on your PS3 for the first time. The install progress scene was literally Snake smoking a cigarette. And when the cigarette went out, I think it was good to go.
That's awesome.
Or something along those lines.
That's awesome.
Man, smoking's cool. Nobody talks about how
not.
cool it is.
It's only cool when you're a lady and you've got the really long, like the post that it goes
holder
on at the end.
Sure.
Yes, and you've got the long lacquered nails.
Yeah, that's fair.
And you're and you're being
cool.
interviewed by a detective, and you're lying. You know, I don't know where the body is, Captain. Yeah.
You just gotta let it fall.
I was here the whole time.
That's right.
I wasn't hunting.
I don't know, O'Malley or his son.
Zelda 2 is what chat says.
Zelda 2. Man, they are quick today.
Dude, they...
What was Zelda 2 called? Was it actually called Zelda 2?
There are so many.
This is a
Zelda
genuine
games.
thing because I don't know Zelda. Was it literally called Zelda 2?
So real talk, up until like Ocarina
Adventures
of Time,
of Link. Thank you, Hida.
Zelda did not exist until Ocarina of Time for me.
Oh, it's not Zelda 2.
Oh.
91.
Oh, Undertale?
Is this Undertale?
I don't know. That little dude kind of looks Undertale-y.
We'll go Undertale.
Nope.
That was a good guess.
That's not Undertale.
PC.
Mario? No, PC. Those kind of look Mario-ish.
Now that oh, wait.
Now I skeeted it.
Did Deltarune ever come out in some shape or form? The sequel to Undertale? Because I thought it was Undertale after you said it.
Give it a go. Deltarune Chapter 1 and 2?
No.
No. Action.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Shit. I'm an idiot. What was the score?
91?
Yep, I'm an idiot.
Oh, is it the UFO?
Yep.
50
yep.
game?
Yep.
Okay, fair enough. Look at that.
Yeah, there it is.
Look at that.
Literally never heard of that.
I heard of it in passing.
Gamer.
And a fake.
No.
Well, let me.
Big gamer.
Yeah.
Only reason I know about this one, other than it being nominated for the Indie Game Awards, it was at SGF.
Yes.
People loved it.
I heard about it for a week from Jeff Grubb, and then I never heard about it again. All right, last one. Let's do this.
Ooh, a wall.
Ooh.
I do have a legit question for you guys. I got nothing.
It looks older.
Yep, like 90s, you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Case of the Golden Idol, still can, it says.
Ooh.
Or like a Tomb Raider game.
If Silcana gets it on the first try.
Props to you.
I'm leaving my typo in my reskeet.
Okay.
I said instead of come watch live, it changed it to come watch love. I was like, you know what? I'm leaving it. I'm leaving it. That's fine.
All right.
That's okay. I said I was gonna punch myself in the face instead of
oh no,
or punch myself instead of pinch myself.
I'll do it.
Oh, it's not Case of the Golden Idol.
Lose
Lounge.
It's not Rogue Legacy 2. I know my Rogue Legacies.
Mm-mm. I picked up Rogue Legacy 2 physical.
You did?
Yep, off
it was
the
at the
limited run store. Yep, correct.
I really hate that I don't have money and I'm going to literally be in the town tomorrow. Oh, is this... Oh, my God. Is it that one still, can it? I thought it was... What's the other one where you cheat at poker? The whole game is about cheating at poker. I don't...
Balatro?
No. Oop, that's nice with Dungeons.
Dungeons and Degenerate Gamblers.
It's like a... Hey, good job, look at it. Nice job. Card Shark is what I was thinking of. Nice. Yeah, this
also...
is... Oh, they've got an NFT monkey bro dude thing in there. That makes me upset.
Yeah. Kyle, could you go into my Blue Sky account real fast? I need the
Hold on.
The watchers to be part of this. It's important.
Oh no, what happened
before we get into the show? And we need to see.
I gotta fix the scenes because Light's camera just disappeared and I'm separated into two. It's a whole mess.
I look a little different all of a sudden.
It's a whole mess.
That's definitely my fault for not being here last week.
No,
it's not your fault at all. It's Discord and OBS not working well with each other.
What have I done, sweet Jesus? What have I done?
Hey, Kyle, here's a question for you. What's it going to take for you to go to North Carolina with me, buddy? What's it going to take?
What do you mean?
Yeah, when I move to North Carolina, how do I get to take you with me?
I don't know. I don't know if that's possible.
I mean, what if it is? What if I win the lottery and I promise to give you your own space?
Can I have a whole annex?
Yes, a whole annex.
Joe, are you trying to subtly tell us you won the lottery?
Yeah, like I literally just said I want Rogue Legacy 2. I'm down there tomorrow. I'll just
if I
me
did,
some money.
I would not be here.
There'd be signs.
Yeah, there'd be signs.
What would your sign be, though, in real life, if you won the lottery? Maybe this is post-show question.
Oh, like for you to know that I won the lottery without me saying anything?
Yeah.
Voted Republican is the first thing that comes to mind.
Then, no.
Bought a... Oh, if I just bought the RAV4 Prime that I want, that's the sign. What about you? Got a nanny.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, seriously.
I'm trying to think of like, I hop on the call here, and you guys are like, "Wait, there's something different." There's
something.
You willingly shave your beard again and just keep the mustache, but it's the mustache with the little twists at the end,
so that's
and you have a monocle.
I was leaning towards the little.
That's how we'll know.
Also, I do have a surprise for both of you when I'm back next week.
Oh.
I can't say anything yet.
Okay.
But it's in the works.
He's getting me the gun I always wanted.
No.
These ones?
Ooh,
yeah, right?
There they are.
I am sore.
It's a good thing I have a big shirt on because I have no guns.
It's like week 2 or 3 of me going to the gym on a regular basis, and I just started feeling like I have muscles and that they are not even like growing, that I have a foundation.
I think Silk at it gave me a great idea in chat.
What up, Noof?
My sign would just be a giant buster sword. Like I'm holding Cloud's sword in my hand. Or on the wall behind me or something.
I don't know. I want too many things. That's the problem.
Yeah. If I have an Ecto Pack from Ghostbusters, I hit it fucking big.
If I am streaming live from the room in Cinderella's castle.
Ooh.
That's how you know.
That's how you know.
Wielding a real, like, 1-to-1 scale Leviathan axe.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
While also having a life-size venom.
No, you know what your sign would be like? Your whole background is just filled with cases of Dr. Pepper. You're like, I don't gotta worry about it anymore ever. It's just I'm stockpiling. That's all I got.
Lifetime supply.
Yeah.
That would be my lottery.
Of Light with the Tesla robot. And the meme, like the meme is like Light telling the Tesla robot, like, do the tongue thing that Venom does. And the Tesla robot's like,
I can say the Tesla robot, one robot I do not find attractive.
All right, good. Thank God.
Sorry, Elon Musk.
What about the robot from iRobot?
Oh, he's a big boy. He's big, right?
No.
That's the giant, Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
Oh, slow down. That's a building.
Did you guys miss me?
Oh, so much.
Just none of that would work.
Again,
that's why I was like, oh, he's a big boy.
Joe's always worrying about how's it gonna fit. That's all he worries about, really.
It's just like we gotta hug the shoe of him, you know? He'll pick you up with his hand. Oh, that'd be fun. Whoa.
Alex Smith in chat says that's the second Iron Giant hear me out I've heard today.
What was the first?
I would say, like, I don't know. You should hear more, I guess.
He says, you know, the Iron Giant has a vibrate setting.
Oh no, Alex. Oh God. All right, hear me out.
Anyways, what were we talking about?
I think we're warmed up for the show.
Yeah, I think we're ready for the show.
We're ready.
All right.
I was gonna say here's a blue sky question for you both, but you know what? We're good. We're golden.
All right, chat. We'll see you in 16 seconds.
Oh, wait, no longer. Greatness has arrived. Welcome to episode 403 of The Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players for the players. I'm your host, Joseph, aka Mr. Badbit, and it is here where me and my two pals talk about the latest, the greatest in all things PlayStation. Of course, this week we chat about the rumors of Sony buying FromSoftware's parent company. The Game Awards nominees have been announced, Black Friday deals inbound, and so much more as we do it live each and every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room and audio services the very next day after. Alongside me, the greatest co-host who ever is, whoever will be, Mr. Indie Game Awards himself, Mr. Kyle Stevenson. How are you, sir?
I have so much pressure on my shoulders now, I can't F it up. Also, it's not just me. It's Mike. Right. It's the whole team. It's all the judges that helped us nominate all the games and everyone that will crown a winner. It feels weird. As Mike put it extremely well this morning, because we didn't have the emotional capacity to handle everything yesterday and really filter through it all. We grew up real fast.
Yep.
And it's wild.
Dude, you guys are on The Guardian.
Metacritic retweeted our thing with the scores of our Game of the Year nominees.
I just saw before we went live. Polygon. Yeah, like Vice. Everybody's talking about you. Vice.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Don't forget about us when you're really big.
Oh, I would never.
God. We're going to have to look for another co-host again.
Again.
You know? Oh, my God.
Yeah, I hope everyone checks out the nominees. There's only one spelling error that we did not catch. So, you know, it is what it is. Who would have thought click holding doesn't have an H in there? I didn't. I thought it was click holding. I'm sorry, Strange Scaffold. But yeah, I think the nominees are super cool. Did a lot of really cool games. I hope people dig our mission with it. And yeah, let's celebrate video games. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. I really love the idea that you guys did this year, because there has been so many amazing indies, but just in general, it's like, hey, for the games that are nominated for Game of the Year, you get Game of the Year and one other, like, you know, bracket, and that's it, or one other category, and that's it.
That was a main focus. Is if it got nominated for one category, it was out for the other ones. Like Balatro could have been nominated for a whole bunch, but we're like, which one from Balatro outside of Game of the Year, because that was like a shoo-in, and community management too. Like they're allowed for multiple nomination there, but which one is it going to be? Is it going to be gameplay? Is it going to be solo dev? Is it going to be, you know, whatever? There was a lot. But yeah, it was tough. But I enjoy shouting out all of the year of 2024 when it comes to indie games, because I feel like one of the big things we've heard from yesterday, and I apologize for getting on this soapbox so early in the show.
Please.
Please do.
A lot of those games people forgot about, and was all the rage throughout the whole year. And then they were like, oh my God, yeah, no, 1,000 Times Resist deserves its love. Arco, super cool. You know, UFO 50, mouthwashing. Like there's so many. My favorite are like, I love that we're doing a woman-led games in there, which is awesome. I love that we're doing an accessibility award, which I will always shout this out because I think it's a wonder, and I have not played the game myself yet, but the game's called Periphery Synthetic. It's a non-violent Metroidvania that you can play without even looking at the screen.
What?
It's all audio, and like you don't even have to look at the screen to play it.
Holy shit!
It's all,
Power
like,
of echolocation.
Yeah. So like, it's really cool.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, no, and just like, you know, having my little trip in North Carolina and seeing Mike, like, you know, run me through the list and how they've done everything, the website and everything like that. I was like, y'all, through the power of, listen, they're not sponsoring the show, but through the power of Squarespace, y'all put Jeff for a run of his money, man.
Right?
That is wild.
It's hard to learn, at least for me, but Squarespace is pretty nifty building your own site.
Well, listen, enough of them. They're not paying
sorry,
us.
They didn't pay for that spot. I'm sorry.
But that being said, if you want to,
that's right.
Sponsor this show so we can make a trophy room site.
Yeah.
Squarespace, hit us up.
Come on. That said, Tegan, how was your trip? Where did you guys go? I want to know. It was
very nice. We went to Universal Studios in Orlando, and I went. My dad paid for me to go down. I haven't seen him in a year. I usually only get to see him once a year. And then we also met up with my grandparents, which was a surprise to see them. They didn't know I was coming, so it was a nice little surprise. I haven't seen them since my daughter was born, so it's been over 3 years since I saw them. So it was really nice. Haven't been to Universal in I don't even know how long. I think college was the last time I went. So it was cool seeing that, seeing all the new rides. The Velocicoaster is really, really freaking good. Sorry, random cough.
Okay.
I'm dying. And then we did a VIP tour on our last full day, which sounds like big money, but the reason we did it was because it actually wasn't as expensive as we thought it would be. So we had our own personal tour guide. We got to go in the park before it opened. They took us to the front of every ride, any ride we wanted to go on. I went on one of the rides 3 times in a row because I hadn't gone on it before, the new Hagrid's ride. And it had like a multi-hour long wait. And I just got to walk on it as many times as I wanted.
Fancy living.
We got to see like behind the scenes stuff. So we went through the area between the parks where they actually film movies and stuff. Which was really cool. Didn't see any celebrities or anything. You know, I was hoping. Or at least like some wrestling people would have been pretty cool because they record SmackDown there a lot of times.
Oh.
So didn't see anybody like that. But my tour guide, she was freaking amazing. Erica, shout out to you. And I was like, so how do I get like to get on the PR list, influencer list? Because I want to add that to the repertoire. Like, I love Disney. I love Universal. Like, how do I do the cool stuff with you guys? And she's like, unfortunately, I don't really know, but here's what you can do. So I'm going to look into it. I'm going to try.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. Dude, I would kill to be a Disney, like, parks YouTuber.
I know, right?
They're having the time of their life.
And
but then at the same exact time, they're treating it like it's normal, you know?
Yeah.
And it's
well, that's what I would love to live in Florida, close enough to Disney and Universal that I could be a creator that goes there all the time. But then my husband's like, yeah, but then it's not as magical. I was like, for you, I want to go all the time. Let me go from there. What are you talking about?
Says you, I'm going to live in Galaxy's Edge.
If I'm jonesing for a Dole Whip on a Thursday afternoon, I'm just going to go down the street.
That's the thing. Like, one girl, she's like, I just felt like riding this ride, so I'm going to go in for 30 minutes and go on this ride. And I was like, I hate you. Give me your life.
I'm going to go with the boys. We're going to get some butterbeer and get kicked out.
Right. So that's like, if I were able to do like an additional channel, that's what I would want to do. It's just theme parks, nerdy things on that end.
Yeah.
If you do ever get to be a part of the Universal Creator list, string us along and we'll record Trophy Room like in front of the Wizard Bank. So
the new park, I'm trying to get in on the gamer side because the new park opens in May and they have Nintendo World.
That's right.
So hello.
That's right.
Get us in.
Come on, let's go. I'll switch this to a Nintendo podcast stat. I'll have no idea what I'm talking about. That said, listen, gang, I got a question for Kyle because Kyle is always he's the fiscally responsible one. He is.
I am not. I have $60 to my name or whatever I said earlier. It's very low.
He is the adult in the room.
Not so.
Okay. The New York Game Awards is happening in January.
Mm-hmm.
Remedy's own Sam Lake set to receive a New York Awards show's top honor. And he's going to be there. He's going to be shaking palm, greasing hands. So, Kyle, I bring this over to you. Can we go? Please.
I always like how you put this on me where I have
can we go, please?
Zero say. Yes.
Can we go, please?
Yes. Absolutely.
Are we going to get a copy of Alan Wake 2 for him to sign? Do you think that's kosher or
I don't know what the vibes are.
Do we bring a copy of Alan Wake 2 and find out what the vibes are?
Sure.
Bring a business card to get him on the show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I mean that too.
Not like I'm gonna get the game.
That would be cooler.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I'm gonna bring some cups and we're all gonna pretend to drink coffee.
Oh,
as long as there's only Dr. Pepper in mine, let's do it.
I like Light being this faux adult. It's like, oh, here's a mug full of.
Who's an adult? Not me. Never claimed to be. I am a parent. I am not an adult.
All right, so there we go. We're gonna go New York Awards. Let's do this. I can't wait. I'm
already
excited.
looked. There's a hotel literally walking distance right there.
Ooh, nice.
So
there you go. So yeah, we're gonna go all as a team. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna find out what the wardrobe situation is. Are we dressing fancy? Don't want to dress too fancy.
It's an award show, so.
So I should bring a dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
Get your heels.
Yeah. I'm thinking Victorian era.
Gonna be barking.
A ball gown.
Yeah.
Ooh, maybe one of the fancy cigarettes out of the long.
There you go.
Oh, all right, there you go.
Just put one of those candy cigarettes in it, so you don't have to actually smoke.
I'm doing the real deal.
Cool. No one will know.
I'm going all in, or I'm going home.
One of those funny cigarettes that I've been hearing about on the news.
No, never in my life. Hey, gang, a little bit of housekeeping before we start the show and you get your two gamer dads to start fighting about Game of the Year stuff. We got our community game day, baby. The day, November 30th, starts at around noon Eastern Standard Time. Length is about 12 hours. We're just trying to get everybody from all the time zones in on the fun. We'll be playing games like Fall Guys, Fortnite, maybe some Phasmophobia. Who knows? If it's freer, the better, so that everybody could come in and join in on the fun. Of course, we got some new merch and episode 400 special edition tees. Gang, what if I told you that if you click that link, you get to see the new merch that we have in store, like the Goon to the Moon, like the Gooner Gang Gap Edition t-shirts? What if I told you that?
Wait, you actually
what if I said I listened?
That too?
I absolutely did.
You didn't take my advice and said, hey, Kyle, let's put it on the other store?
There it goes.
What if I told you I just remembered
they're really
that now.
cool.
Oh my God, Joe.
Wait, they look so good.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's possibly some of the most beautiful merch we've ever made. Again, the Goon to the Moon, Kyle shooting up on a little giant rocket and me just holding on to dear life.
Fun stuff. On a rocket there?
You're out. We're gooning to the moon.
No,
How else are you gonna get there?
Wait, hold on.
No, I don't see. Wait, I don't see that.
Which one were you talking about?
Oh, I see it now.
I didn't see the sticker.
I didn't see the
sticker.
Yeah, we're gooning. Listen, the people demanded it. It shall happen. Now, am I going to try to get the sticker version as a little emote for the YouTube audience, for the Discord members, for the patrons out there? Abso-freaking-tootly, I would.
Okay, really quickly,
yeah.
Like you got cut off of the OBS scene, but I just want to show everyone on YouTube the images of the shirts.
Please. It's beautiful.
So there's Joe and I on a rocket to the moon.
Yeah.
Again, I had no idea Joe was doing any of this, so this is all news to me. This design actually legit
goes hard.
Sick as hell.
Yeah.
Wait, did you design these? Who designed these?
No, so our good friend De Niro Primero did. Fantastic artist. He did our second logo, and he absolutely killed it. And the Goon Moon established. 2024, let's do it.
Is it inappropriate if I wear a Gooner Gang sweatshirt?
No.
It's always appropriate. Wear that to a bar mitzvah, all I know, It's good. That's good stuff. There's all the new merch again. Good. Our amazing friend De Niro hooked us up. And we'll have some more, ideas for teas. Just shoot them our way, please. If you have any ideas for emotes as well, man, oh man, I'd like to get on that. So there you go. Our merch is up and running and it's fully operational.
Baby Gooners.
Oh no. No.
Put it on a onesie.
Yeah.
Put it on a onesie.
Come on.
All right. The Gooner Gang Gap Edition?
Future Gooner.
Yikes. All right. I think I have my
maybe
limits.
that was a little too far. That was a little too far. I'm reading the room. I feel like I overstepped a little bit. I'll take it back.
All right, here's time for a Patreon pitch. Of course, if we ever got you through a long car ride, a tough day at work, or a road trip, ooh wee, like I went through in North Carolina, I wish I had the trophy room. on lock. But then my best friend would think I have a problem because I'm listening to myself and I have a God complex. Only a little bit. But nonetheless, please, over at patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It really does help us out. Even if it's just $1 our way, it really shows your appreciation. It keeps the lights on, keeps this show running. And all that said, I want to thank our newest members, the Enchanted Goat, who upgraded to the Platinum tier. I want to thank our premium producers, Todd Burwitz and Toxic. I want to thank our Platinum members, JC, Jedi Master Ren, Cowboy Danger D, Jonas Young, The Green Gorilla Gamer, Chaotic Monkey, Ryuko Kill 90, Stephen Flesh, Shrubbles and Bits, Aaron, Bertos Maximus, Tommy, Chris, Hybrid 748, Matt Valdez, Silkanet, Decimine, Mitchell Gramling, Mike Thomas, the Enchanted Goat himself, our gold members, Cypher Primus, Doth Simon the Pie Man, Jesse Garcia, JB the Purple Monkey, Hyde Indoors, Katie, Kevin Mitchell, Marcus O'Neill, Red Arrow, Aegis Hermit, Androsaur, Astronaut Jr., The Winter Gamer, Stingray X, Robbie Bobby Miller himself, Brenton Zachary, Final Fan XZ, Hambone, JD Dillinger, Stone Cold E.T., Tino Six Speed, N. Johnson, Sean McKenzie, Rick Arrington, Solo, Matthew King, The Overlord. Duane Roxa, Drellish, Rick Davis, Steph Midler, Samuel Nestling, Maximum Carnage, Solo, Big G, and the Lord Commander Suddy. And again, if you want your name read on the show, if you want hundreds of hours of bonus content, head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. It's a good gosh darn time. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, it's time to square up the news.
Real quick, do you have the channel members? Shout out.
Ooh, Kyle, do we have the channel members? Look at
I see you, Nisa.
Yeah, Kyle's got us hooked on that. He's got this.
What do you mean I have? What?
He knows where to go.
Oh, that's right. You just don't know where to go. That's the issue.
Nope, I'm dumb.
Shout out to Shrubbles and Bits for 17 months, Nisa Hauer for 7 months, and Tommy for 1 month.
Thank you all so much for supporting us the ways you do. Now it's time to square up the news.
First bit of news comes from Tom Phillips over at Eurogamer, and Tom writes, PlayStation is in talks to buy owner of Elden Ring, Dark Souls developer FromSoftware. PlayStation maker Sony's, real quick, a jab at Joe, guess what they didn't mention? Bloodborne. That's weird. PlayStation maker.
That was a random stray.
I know. It popped in my head. I was like, you know what? Let me do it. PlayStation maker Sony is currently in talks that would likely see it acquire a controlling stake in FromSoftware.
He gets in on the Guardian. Now he's acting brave.
The developer behind Elden Ring, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne, as part of a buyout of its owner, the Japanese publishing giant Katakawa. That's according to a Reuters report, which claims the deal could be signed in weeks via sources with knowledge of discussions between the two companies. Both Sony and Katakawa declined to comment on that report. Launched in 2022, Elden Ring has now sold more than 25 million copies worldwide. PlayStation maker Sony is currently in talks that would likely see it acquiring a controlling stake in FromSoftware, the developer, blah, 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 that's the same thing. That's according to a Reuters report, which claims a deal. Nope, I already read that one part. Elden Ring has now sold more than 25 million copies worldwide. PlayStation's other recent purchases include UK studio Firesprite, plus Housemarque and Nix's, all in 2021. Most recently, Sony bought the Jade Raymond-founded startup Haven Studios in 2022, currently working on Fair Games.
Ooh.
Joe's catching me off guard. He double copied and pasted the article and read.
That's right.
Put you on your toes.
Yeah, that's what I get for
gotta keep you humbled.
Doing a little jab there.
Exactly. Matt Kennedy writes in, hey everyone, just like you can too, by the way. Head on over to the Trophy Room Discord or follow us on Blue Sky. Hit us up with a question. We shall answer it here on the show. Matthew Kennedy writes in, hey everybody, can't wait to hear your thoughts on Sony being tied to Katakawa. From what I read, this is the parent company. Sony is looking to expand into their anime and manga portfolio, perhaps. If this goes through, does FromSoft come under the PlayStation Studios umbrella? Side note, also wanted to give Kyle a huge shout out on the Indie Game Awards, 6-1 Indie, and Mike and Kyle especially got plenty of awesome shout outs on KFGD yesterday, and it was awesome to see them get stellar recognition. Keep up the great work, everyone.
Thanks, Matt Kennedy.
Nothing about me in that one. That's fair. Sorry, Matt. Maybe I'm just a big giant shit to you. You know. It's fine. No, I jokes aside. All right, I bring this over to Light first because you're not a FromSoft girly, right?
No, but I played Bloodborne.
Oh, God bless. Now you've only experienced Bloodborne. What does this news hit you as someone who is just kind of neutral to this, FromSoft?
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of thought they were already PlayStation umbrella.
Right?
So when I read this, I was like, "Oh wait, what?"
Because it's like to me. It's like, well, I mean, you'd be fooled as well. Because to me, when I think of FromSoft, I think of Bloodborne, I think of Elden Ring. But like, to me, it's also like synonymous with PlayStation.
Right.
Like,
right. Because can you even play any of them outside of PlayStation?
So you could play Dark Souls outside of it, but like Demon Souls and Bloodborne could play. Oh, and Elden Ring, of course.
Yeah.
Is Elden Ring on both?
Yeah.
Yep, on both.
The only two that are not everywhere is Demon Souls and Bloodborne.
All right. I mean, I guess that makes sense because I only play Bloodborne, so that's what I know. But yeah, I mean, I guess I would hope that they don't, if this goes through, they don't make it a console exclusive type of dealio. Which is rich considering I thought that they were already. But Elden Ring, if you look at Elden Ring and the success of Elden Ring, the next one I'm assuming is going to be just as successful or more so because they just keep learning and improving. If you just look at the DLC compared to the game, which we'll talk about later, so we won't bring that up too much. I don't know. I guess that'd be my only fear because I wouldn't want to see them retract the amount of people that can play.
That's my fear as well. Like, as a huge hardcore FromSoftware fan, it's like, to me, it's like, listen, guys, the console war is over. Okay, we won. Yay! There was a parade. You missed out. I don't want the next FromSoftware game not to be on Xbox. And I don't want the next FromSoftware game not to be on PC on day one. Like, I want that game to be experienced everywhere. So, like, for me, it's like, I don't know what I'm truly getting out of this. Because, like, as you are, like, not a FromSoftware fan, you're like, oh, right, weren't they already a part of them? Like, and for me, as a hardcore FromSoftware fan, I'm like, what am I getting out of this? Because I don't see the benefit on PlayStation's side of where this truly benefits them for having FromSoftware, or even better yet, forget Sony. How does this benefit FromSoftware of being tied to Sony? Because they're doing fine just as is, just doing their thing. They're doing fantastic even. So Kyle, I bring this over to you. How did you feel about the news? FromSoftware coming into the fold.
I am just I wanted to look up some specific numbers so I don't get them wrong. Apparently 12 hours ago there's an article from The Verge where FromSoft confirms Sony's interest in acquiring. So it's a little bit more than rumor at this point, I guess. But Sony already owns, and this is the number I was putting, a 2% stake in Katakawa.
Yep.
And I think this one says 14% in FromSoft. So they already own a percentage, so this isn't like as out of left field as like a straight up purchase outside of one that it usually would. I still don't like it.
Yeah.
I'm very keen and keeping the same energy of not loving any sort of this kind of consolidation from big companies because yes, I think gamers are only looking at the FromSoft stuff, but if they were to buy Katakawa, Sony would then own the 3 biggest anime distribution things in the West. So that's a monopoly, or as close to it as it possibly can get, which isn't great on that front either. It's just, I'm just kind of sick and tired of these buying giant companies things. I think a studio here and there makes sense to grow first party, but I don't want them to buy the whole thing. I just don't think at this stage. I just don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I feel like again, like Sony, you already got.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah,
Especially after they literally just closed down Concord devs.
Yeah.
Like,
And
why not
Neon
put
Koi.
them? Yeah, like why not put the money you were going to use for this acquisition to actually like help them out a little bit more? Granted, could be seen as a loss in their eyes and just want to cut ties, but like, it's not good optically.
Yeah, and I feel like we keep seeing that a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. We keep getting these acquisitions, and then it's like a year down the road, oh, we're closing that studio, and it's like, then why did you acquire them? We keep seeing that over and over again. It's so frustrating.
Not that I think FromSoft would ever be in danger of that,
right.
But this kind of big thing, or at least now, but like this kind of big thing also is like, okay, well, more layoffs. Like it's just going to be a thing because redundancies and
And I already hear some people defending it, going like, well, in Japan, it's harder to lay off people. It's like, but they did close down Japan studio. And there are smaller studios, I believe, Octopath Traveler devs and the Mario and Luigi devs that are under Katakoa. So like, you know, those studios, do you really see them under the PlayStation umbrella of what you expect or what you think of PlayStation? Like, do they fit the mold? Maybe but I don't think the other two. And that's the thing that gets me like a little nervous is just like, you know, first seeing Sony at large make this deal. So let's put that in perspective. It's not like PlayStation's knocking on their door. It's Sony at large. And we're not weebs. We're not going to get into the weebs here. But from what we understand as we peer into the weebs.
How many more times can you say weebs?
At least I got 3 more in me.
Okay. All right.
Is that, you know, from what we see, Sony owns 2 of the biggest streaming services, Crunchyroll and Funimation, right? Right there in itself is just not good for the health of that industry. Like, take a look at Google. Google is a monopoly of itself. It has the 2 largest search engines in the world, YouTube and Google. Like, how is that healthy for how we look up information when one company is able to dictate all that to you? So, like, same goes here. It's like, how is creativity going to thrive when there is literally one company that says yes or no to things? It's just it's just not good for the health of creativity. And then, you know, you look at the way Sony's thinking, it's like, okay, well, we can get more IP, and that's going to help us create more manga, more anime to, you know, fill these subscription services that we have, and then maybe leverage them into the West because Westerners are beginning to really dive into anime and manga in a big way, and we can grow these sub-services that way. We can make deals with Hulu, Disney, and all that jazz to get those services a part of their subscription services. I get where Sony's mind's at, because then you go, oh, and our other verticals, like, you know, video games. We have a couple of studios here that we can just put into PlayStation. But it's like, man, you know, when it comes to FromSoftware, yeah, me and so many other people already just think of them synonymous with PlayStation. So while it goes, yeah, this makes sense, I still say no, because this is like, for the amount of L's that Herman Hulse has had, do I really want Miyazaki taking orders from Holst? No, I want the status quo not to change at all. I want Miyazaki to be free to do whatever weird shit he wants. Like, take a look at Demon Souls. Demon Souls was originally a PlayStation Japan Studios game. It was co-developed with Japan Studios and FromSoftware. And then PlayStation saw that game in the shape it was, and they're just like, nah, we'll publish it in Japan, but you could go somewhere else for the publishing in the West. Like, they didn't have faith in it. And then Demon Souls comes out, cult classic, gets picked up by Bandai Namco, Dark Souls, the whole rigmarole, right? I don't want Miyazaki's creativity to be stifled from someone that saw, you know, a Star Wars-like IP in Concord. So, like, Herman Hulse right now is on a little bit of notice for me. And I don't want Miyazaki to say, you know what? you know, I don't want his creativity to be challenged as much as I would love Bloodborne 2 or a Bloodborne remake or a Bloodborne remaster. I don't want From Software to be told to go make Bloodborne 2. I want them to make whatever weird game that they have in store next. You know, like when I think of Elden Ring, and I love it, it's my favorite game of all time. Platinumed it twice, humble brag. But then they went off to go make Armored Core 6 when they could have just went out and make Elden Ring 2, you know? And they're like, no, we really like the series. We're going to grow with it and we're going to do what we want, right? They go make Sekiro. They go make like, Deracine, like these really weird games. I want them to keep chasing that weird dragon. I don't want them to be told what to do. I don't know. That's just how I think about it. That's my TED Talk. What say you, Kyle? You look approving.
I mean, yeah, I also don't think FromSoft is in that camp of being told what to do. And I don't think PlayStation Studios in general aren't in that camp, right? Like, if that was the case, nobody would have given Guerrilla the okay to make Horizon.
Right.
Because that was such a departure. So, like, right. It's... And also, I give Herman a little bit more leeway than you do, just because he inherited Jim's stuff.
True. Fair enough.
Like, I give him a little bit of leeway. We'll see what happens now that it's, like, kind of all on him now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we all agree that it's... Not that it's a waste of money, but I don't think it's necessarily needed. I'd much rather them like go pick up Ember Labs.
Yeah.
For Kana. Like go do smaller or like if you want to support Helldivers more, pick up Arrowhead. Or do something on the smaller side. Only if those studios are okay with it though, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah. It goes back to like, first off, you're right. It feels like I was shitting maybe a little bit too hard on PlayStation. I run this show. I love PlayStation.
Yeah.
Herman and I, we're just in a little spat.
Sure.
Mom and Dad get angry sometimes.
When they deserve to be yelled at like that, and very often they do.
Yeah.
We do it.
There you go. So, yeah, I'm not going to shy away from it.
Yeah.
But I would say, like, I don't want someone else in that room. You're right. Because theoretically, let's just say From Software doesn't get told what to do and they're left alone. Well, then Naughty Dog gets to go, well, why does their game get to go day and date on PC?
Sure.
And my game doesn't. Right? Santa Monica's like, but we want to put lightsabers in our game. You know? And Miyazaki gets to, but we don't. Like,
I also, like that just to throw in there,
snowball.
Bungie was acquired and they're allowed to go everywhere still.
Right. That's true. So maybe I'm just a little bit fear-mongering in my own head because I love From Software so much.
Exactly, because you have such a passion for that studio. You
don't want anything to change. The fear-mongering makes sense, though, because you look at the track record of amazing studios getting purchased, and you're like, oh my god, yes, it's going to be so great. And then, no, it's not so great.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. So
Bungie is a great example of that, right? It's like, and I think the reason why I'm so opposite of this deal is because we've seen what happened with Bungie. We've seen what's happened with Activision Blizzard. And when I say that, like, Bungie's been a complete shit show, right? Concord was a disaster. It seemed like most of these acquisitions Sony has made on the game side just have not panned out. And then even when you take a look at Activision Blizzard, which we've seen some cool stuff out of them, like they're reviving some delisted games, which is awesome. But we've also seen thousands of people get their jobs cut and just heartbroken. And, you know, how many times have we read stories on this show this year of just like company A loses their job and it's an acquired company, all that jazz. Like last week, the smoke of Sony still saying the layoffs are not done. Like the redundancies, it just hurts. And that's why I'm not as bullish as I think people would want me to be because I'm such a From Software stan. It's because I love From Software where I'm like, no, they're good at doing what they already do. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I wouldn't want Sony to go in there and Herman Host kind of calling the shots for Miyazaki. I don't know. If the way I would be okay with this as a From Software stan is if there is like this, they get to just keep getting their games day one, Xbox, PC, PlayStation. And then 2, if Miyazaki is just left to his own devices and there isn't like this, go make me a live service game push out of them. Because even then, it's like Sony, they want their live service game. So like this relationship, while fun on the drawing board, because I get my Bloodborne 2, one would assume, but at the same exact time, it's like this relationship just doesn't really make sense other than for, I don't know, nana nana boo boo, we got, Bloodborne 2 and you got doo-doo Xbox. Like, that's it. I don't know. Doesn't seem fun.
I do think it's more on, yes, From Software is a part of it, and so are the other devs that you mentioned. I think it's more the anime side of things.
Yeah.
For sure. Which I know nothing about, so I can't.
Nothing. And everybody that I've heard from on this topic is like, yeah, they are encroaching on a monopoly in that market, and that's just not good.
Nope.
We've seen what happens when companies are unchallenged. We're seeing it now in the tech space. It sucks.
Yeah.
It absolutely sucks. That said, Ninty Gold writes in, hypothetically speaking, if Acquire is part of the acquisition, as they are owned by the parent company concerned, would you guys want them to remake Wild Arms in a 2.5D Octopath style? Kyle Stevenson, this is all you, bud.
Never played Wild Arms.
Okay. I thought you did. I thought that was one of your...
Nope.
Your go-tos. Okay. Nope.
But
fair enough.
Any game in that Octopath visual style, yes, please.
Yes, please.
I'm not going to lie, it's real pretty.
Oh, dude, it's gorgeous. Yeah. I'll throw this over to you. T, if you get to make any game, remake it, whatever, it could be a first-person shooter, all we know. But it's in the Octopath style of like 2.5D pop-up picture book. What game would you want? What game? I'm thinking a tactical RPG for some reason. Like, could you imagine an XCOM in that way, in that style?
Hear me out. Like this would fit too because it's weird enough. Control.
Ooh.
Well, that makes sense. I feel like that fits really well.
Yeah,
you just open a door in the oldest house and then bam.
Yep. 1,000,000% you did. It's an object of power somewhere in the FBC.
It's like an Inside Out when they go into the room that like makes them 2D. That's exactly should open the door and poop.
Oh my god.
I love that.
That'd be awesome.
I love that. But yeah, so those are our thoughts on this. Again, it seems like this is happening. It seems like within a week or two, this will be a thing. I just can't be super jazzed about it because we've seen how all this goes, But that said, listen, wouldn't hate Bloodborne 2, wouldn't hate a remaster or remake. And maybe, you know what, it does take... And at the end of the day, if that's what From Software wants to do, because you hear so much from Miyazaki all the time of like, From Software is beloved in that studio as well. Like, if this paves the way for them to, hey, give me a 60 FPS pro mode, give me a remake or a remaster or a sequel, I wouldn't hate that.
I wonder, because was it this year when we heard from Miyazaki when asked about Bloodborne stuff? He was like, well, it's not really up for me to say. Like, I can't talk about anything, right? Like, there are things in the, like, I can't, it's not my place to talk about it at this point in time. I wonder if this is, like, alluding to that. Like, those talks are happening way back when, and they're getting closer, and that's kind of why.
Yeah, because these talks usually, I mean, with the exception of Activision Blizzard, these talks happen from what we've seen, take a real long time. They could be a year, 6 months, sometimes 3 months, but it's...
Question for the crew here. How long do you think that contract is? How many pages long?
Oh my god.
Are we talking Game of Thrones novel or a Shel Silverstein book?
I cannot even imagine being a lawyer because you have to like actively pay attention to every word you're reading.
Yeah.
In that entire contract. And I know they have a team of lawyers, but still.
And they're all bullshit words too that make me fall asleep the moment I see them. So like I can't imagine typing them.
Yeah.
Vis-a-vis, concordantly.
Just put it in normal terms, you know?
Yeah. I had a college professor who loved using vis-a-vis, and he used it literally, I swear, every other sentence he had to throw vis-a-vis in there. And I was like, dude, we know you're smart. We know you're smart. You don't got to do that.
I hate the professors that think they're hot shit. I had one professor, he was the worst. He actually made me hate history, which is, yeah, it takes some effort. And he thought he was just the smartest, one smug son of a gun. But then, like, I saw him one day. This is how confident he was in his own bullshit. Wearing an open-toed sandal. Oh. We're not talking Crocs. We're talking like Velcro. Yeah, we're talking. I could see the knuckles of your big toe, the hair of your big toe.
Like a teva?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you, Neanderthal? Like, look at me using that $5 word.
Oh no. Ugh,
disgusting.
No, this guy was actually the sweetest. He was super, super tall. His pants were always high water. He was your stereotypical nerdy college professor, and he was a big Trekkie, and I freaking loved him.
Oh my God,
I loved him. Awesome. But yeah, he loved vis-a-vis too much. Yeah.
There you go. Those are our thoughts on this acquisition in the making. We're all not huge fans of it. And I love you, FromSoftware. And I'm just afraid of change. I think we could all boil down to Joe's afraid of change. I don't want anybody to touch my baby. That's my child. Let go of my child. All right, Kyle. And T, you're about to see your two podcast dads fight.
I feel like what is about to happen.
Oh, boy.
Is the two guys arguing about The Wizard of Oz. We've all seen that TikTok. We've all seen the Vine. She came down in a bubble, dog. Like, I feel like that's what's about to happen right now.
Love that sound.
Kat Bailey over at IGN writes, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree Game Awards nomination sparks renewed debate among fans. The full list of Game Awards 2024 nominees has dropped, and one release in particular has been sparking plenty of discussion on social media and elsewhere. Since the nominees were revealed on Monday morning, fans have been discussing whether Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree deserves to be on a list that also includes Metaphor ReFantazio, Black Myth Wukong, Balatro, and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Wow, the shade to Astrobot. They mainly point to it being an expansion pack that can only be accessed by completing the main game, making it less of a standalone experience than comparable ones like Witcher 3 Blood and Wine. Quote, as amazing as Shadow of the Erdtree was, it getting a Game of the Year nom just kind of rubs me the wrong way. Yes, it was expensive, but it wasn't the first DLC for a game to be giant. Witcher, Xenoblade, Cyberpunk, etc. would have rather seen an actual game. One fan wrote on Reddit in what has become a common sentiment online. Others simply meme the decision. The Game Awards has made it clear that Shadow of the Erdtree falls within its official selection criteria. Its website includes a statement issued today reading, quote, the Game Awards aims to recognize the best creative and technical work each year, irrespective of the format of that content's release. Expansion packs, new game seasons, DLCs, remakes, and remasters are eligible in all categories. If the jury deems the new creative and technical work to be worthy of a nomination, factors such as the newness of the content and its price value should be taken into consideration, end quote.
The price value should be taken. No, it should. Okay. I got some qualms with this already. I'm gonna go to 3G's himself, the Green Gorilla Gamer. He says, "Sup nerds." Whoa. Accurate.
Yeah, it's time to get. A nerd. What are you talking about?
Wait, what? Why are we about to buy
this? It's time to get down to brass tacks. Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree should 100% not be nominated for Game of the Year. Plain and effing simple. Jeff wants to take that exclusive FromSoftware trailer, which means here we are. But even asked my mother today. Ooh, he asked his mom. All right. I asked her, Star Wars released in 1977, but let's say a later version came out, special editions in 1997, but who's counting? And that looked prettier, but it's the same exact movie. No Han shot first in that one. If the 77 version was nominated for Best Picture, should it be allowed to then be updated, the updated version be nominated years later for a second time since it looks prettier? She said no. This is in a relation to remasters not being allowed. So then I asked her, well, What if you took one of the prequel films? There was a story in there a couple years later that they wanted to expand but didn't warrant its own movie. Essentially, a short film that's connected to the actual film. Should it then be nominated alongside the full featured films? She said no, because a short film and therefore should be put elsewhere. Then I explained why I was asking this, and I told her about the TGA, and I said that it sounds like, sorry, she said it sounds like cheating, and it absolutely is. Elden Ring had its spotlight. It won in 2022, but it was robbed in the Trophy Room Awards. And now DLC comes along, and it takes the spot of a full game that released this year that could have been up there. It's BS. I don't care if Jeff gets huge flack for this. Thoughts? And with that, y'all have a good night. God bless. Oh, may the gods bless upon you, sir. Kyle Stevenson.
Oh, I'm ready for this. Let me get some popcorn real quick.
Should we go to UT first? Or do you want to be the
Oh, no,
the
I want to be the tiebreaker.
Okay, fair enough. Let's do
Hiking
this.
up my Urkel pants here. I'm ready to go.
You're actually nerds. Kyle Stevenson.
Joe.
We may have opposing views on should Shadow of the Erdtree be nominated for Game of the Year.
And to be fair, I haven't said a word about this anywhere.
You haven't said a word anywhere.
No.
Mum's the word. So I had my TED Talk. Now it's time for yours. Should Shadow of the Erdtree be up there for Game of the Year? Or should it not? Is it robbing another game of its spotlight? Gosh darn it.
So let me take it back a little bit. Okay?
Okay. All right.
This rule was not put in place this year just for Shadow.
Oh.
Because then why was Phantom Liberty nominated at all last year?
It was for like live service game.
It was for
Weird.
best narrative.
And
it was for other things as well. So I believe also RE2 Remake was nominated for Game of the Year.
Yeah.
So I feel like this was always been the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just now an issue because one of them broke into the Game of the Year nominations.
Gotcha.
Because like Phantom Liberty got its flowers last year, which is totally fine if you want to hype up the narrative of that and the things that were part of that were good, which were great. Mm-hmm. I think a best performance, right? Didn't it like Idris get nominated or something?
I think he got nominated.
Yeah. I'm
not too sure.
Someone please fact check me if I'm completely just blowing this up my ass. That being said, there's no way, shape, or form this should be nominated for Game of the Year this year. On one simple premise.
Tell me about it.
You cannot buy Shadow of the Erdtree and go straight into it. It requires you to put in, if you're an average person, I'm not talking about the people who platinumed it twice.
What up,
Joe? An average person, it's going to take them at least 100 hours to be able to access the point where they can go and play Shadow of the Erdtree. And it's a whole, yes, you can buy a bundle where you can get Shadow with Elden Ring. I get that. But I'm just saying you have to play an entirely different version of the game up to a certain point to then unlock it. To me, Game of the Year should be something you can pick up that year and play it immediately as its own standalone thing. I 1,000,000% am not going to sit here and say Shadow of the Erdtree is not one of the best things I've played all year. It's a marvel. Technically, visually, it like did what Elden Ring did, and it took it up to it turned the dial up to 11. Like it's a masterpiece of an expansion.
Yeah.
But like for Game of the Year, I don't think so. I'm also shocked. Like there's so many other games that I could have put in there. But again, I also know this isn't Jeff's call. There's a whole panel of media people who are voting on this, and they all agreed, or the majority agreed, that this would be a thing. And I'm not going to tell them. It's what we say all the time. I'm not going to yuck anyone's yum. Love what you love. Shout out from the rooftops. If you truly think this should have been nominated for it, by all means. I just don't think it should be nominated for Game of the Year. It could be nominated for the other things, just not Game of the Year, because no one can go and just pick it up from the beginning of Shadow of the Erdtree. You can't do it.
I mean, so Canet tends to agree with you. He writes in, "Hello, wonderful trio. I won't stay long on the Erdtree debate. For me, it's not if it's not standalone, it's not in the running. Or they should just change the category to gaming experience of 2024. I know it's semantics, but we use words for a reason. But it is what it is, and it's eligible in their criteria. So how is Igon VA not in here? Who's this Igon? You know? Let me know who that is.
Joe.
What?
Are you serious?
What?
You love Elden Ring so much? You don't know Egon, the character who screams at Bale?
Oh, I just call him Dragon Yelling Guy. Yeah.
No. Bale! Curse you, Bale! Like, look up TikToks of that guy. He's amazing.
Okay.
He's the best part of this chat on the Erdtree in my eyes.
I think we need to see proof of gameplay from these judges. LOL.
Oh,
I can't fight Bale, then not nominate Igon. Anyway, the real awards finally come December 19th.
Hey,
Indie Game Awards, baby.
Also, I want to really quickly. We didn't plan to announce immediately after the Game Awards, by the way. We put our flag as November 19th for nominees because it was 2 months after to the dot our last showcase. Yeah. Just 19th has kind of always been our thing, and it just so happened to be back to back. I digress. Go ahead.
Fun fact, the 19th is my favorite number, so everything in the 19th.
Look at that.
Good times.
Hey.
My first niece was born on the 19th.
My favorite number, 69, because I'm a child. That said...
Way to ruin a beautiful moment.
Sorry. Okay, here's my thoughts on it. You ready?
Yep.
Webster's definition of a video game.
Oh, God.
Can I turn off this TED Talk? Can I go somewhere else?
No, it's going to be pretty simple. A game played by electronically manipulating images produced by a computer program on a television screen or other display screen. Is that not what I played 40 hours of? Did I not manipulate images on a screen? Come on, what are we doing here? It is, here's the thing. I'm gonna sideswipe you here. It is a video game. Like,
that's not my argument.
Well, because to me, when I'm like, yeah, in the beginning, I'm like, it should be nominated. It is a video game, and people are like, it's not a game. I'm like, then what the f did I play? I played a game. I'm pretty sure. I think like a lot of people's arguments around this aren't, their heart's in the right place, because it definitely is a video game. But I think you actually said it very poetically a long time ago, maybe when we were talking about this expansion pack, which was, it is a game, but it's an add-on to a game that already exists. The fact is, you need this game to play more of Elden Ring, right? Like, even then, I think standalone DLC to me is the coward's way out of not putting a number next to a sequel.
Whoa.
You know? That's what I'm saying.
Whoa, shots fired.
Because like, what is it? Like,
standalone Uncharted Lost Legacy?
Seriously, it is the best.
Miles Morales.
Exactly. Two of the best in the series right there.
Yes. But like, essentially, like, what is Miles Morales? Like, why did the remaster of Spider-Man exist? Because they literally remastered that world into Miles Morales, right? Like, to me, I wouldn't nominate standalone DLC either as Game of the Year, truthfully, right? Because it's still more of the game that I originally played. It's an add-on, right? And that's what I think people miss out on. It's not the fact that it's not a game. I think So Can It said it beautifully the other day, which is like, the fact that it's not like I press play, I'm at the menu screen, I go, Shadow of the Erdtree. If that was the case, I think this would be a lot easier of a sell to say, this belongs in Game of the Year, because I can access it off the rip. But the fact that I can play it only when I get to the end game or mid game, if you're real good and try really hard, and you want to prove on social media you're real good, no matter what, I have to play through that game to get to this portion, to just experience it. I don't know about that.
Wait, are you on my side?
I think I'm on your side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's right. I really
what?
wanted to fake. Yeah, I really want to fake you two out.
Okay.
So to me, I just feel like the arguments people are using, I'm being nitpicky and going. I think the argument that it's not a game is bullshit. It's definitely a game. It's just how you access it is inaccessible, and that's the part where I get hung up on it. It's a game, but it is an add-on to a game that already exists.
So like, says, boo, I came to see blood, I'm out of here.
So yeah, like to me, it's like, and I felt differently immediately once I saw that in the RPG category, Dragon Age isn't in there.
Oh, yeah.
But Elden Ring is.
We'll get there.
It's like, come on, man. What are we doing? So
I'm
drama
shocked.
aside,
I had so much prepared. I'm like, Joe, you loved Burning Shore more than Forbidden West. Why was that not nominated?
I did.
Why is Iki Island not on the same pedestal of Game of the Year stuff? And you saying Ghost of Tsushima is like that is like just as good as the main game. I was all ready to go. I didn't.
You had your bullet points. Now you just gotta say them to say them.
Also, though, really though,
yeah.
I think my biggest, outside of Erdtree, which I think is a big issue, that it is nominated for Game of the Year for all the reasons we've stated. Mm-hmm. It's like Arda, and no shade to Kat Bailey at all. I love her work. She's amazing. But why the shade towards Astro? That was
we forgot.
She didn't list that among all the other nominees. She listed all the other ones, but not Astrobot. Yeah. And I feel like that's going a long way, because Astro was one of the year's best experiences for sure. Right. And that's another thing I want to bring in Chun in the chat. Like, I'm totally okay with making a whole other category of best experience of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because then Shadow 1,000,000% best experience of the year.
Yeah.
It's just that phrase game of the year to me is just like a full thing you can do on your own.
Yeah, and that's where I get hung up on it as well. Again, and not to throw shade at like Miles Morales, because I love Miles. It's one of my favorite games, and Lost Legacy is one of my favorite Uncharted things. Mm-hmm. But when I say that, it's like standalone DLC. It's like, dude, just say it's a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, to me, it's just like, no, you are a game. I don't need the full game to play you. That means you're a game.
Yeah.
So like, that's what I wanted to say. I didn't want to think like, throw anybody under the bus there, but like, yeah, it to me.
So,
I don't know.
So Light,
yeah.
What side were you on?
I was on your side.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I was going to say, I understand by their definition, this qualifies. I get it. I just think their definition needs to be changed, because I think it gets too muddy. I completely agree. If I have to play another game, I could not have played Erdtree this year if I wanted to, because I didn't play Elden Ring. I don't think that should count for Game of the Year. Just the verbiage, like Silcanet said, wording is important. And I think when you say Game of the Year, you're thinking of a standalone experience that you can experience on its own without being tied to something else. I do agree they should have. I like the idea of the experience category. Mm-hmm. Originally, I was trying to toy with the idea of maybe like a DLC category, but then like there might not be a lot of DLC that year. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, we've had this. I think the internet had an argument about this with remakes and remasters. Should they be included? And for that, I was always like, I don't think remasters should, because it's just a fresh coat of paint. But a remake was built from the ground up. I think that should. So that you could put all of that, get all of that into its just own category. And this is just brand new Game of the Year. What is it?
Yeah. I very famously was on the wrong side of that remake argument here on the Trophy Room. That's right. For RE2, I was like, I don't think it should be nominated, because it's like the same game. And then I played it, I was like, oh, I'm so wrong. and I think when we get to it, when we do the Trophy Room Awards, that's what I love. What we do is we have those categories.
Yep. Yeah, I think having those categories, go for it, Light.
Oh, I was just going to say, I think probably when they first made these definitions in these categories, we didn't have a lot of these issues.
Yes.
But now we're getting a lot more remasters, remakes, DLCs that are tied to other things. But I mean, obviously, Erdtree is an amazing experience, an amazing DLC. Could have been a whole game on its own based of how long it was, right? 40 plus hours. That's larger than a lot of games now. So I feel like now it needs to just be updated, because we have too many muddied waters.
Here's the thing I will say about, I've never met Jeff, but and we like to, poke holes at the nominees and the award show, but it's not from a place of malice. It's just a place of we're so passionate of wanting this to be taken seriously. And I know for a fact, I don't know him, I've never met him or talked a word to his face in my entire life. I know that he listens. I know that he takes these words seriously, because while he doesn't make huge strides in a lot of the feedback, I know he listens. I know he takes it to heart. I know he truly loves video games. Like, if anyone questions Jeff's passion, I don't know where you're coming at with that. Like, he clearly loves video games. So I hope he takes this and for next year kind of rewords it a little bit, or
if I could,
or adds a category for that kind of thing. Because
if I may jump in, because you're right. We do like to jump on Jeff a lot. First off, this was the judges' pick. This isn't him. He has very little to do with what games are nominated. He's not on the voting at all. He's definitely in the marketing and business side. That said, though, having updated categories and updated lists, we forget how young this award show still is and how ever changing this medium is. So it's like the fact that these categories do change every other year or every year, it seems, is only a good thing. Like, it means that they're actually listening to you, and they are updating it because they do care about who's winning and who's nominated. And I think that's something we often do lose sight of. Listen, there are things that I don't like about Jeff, and I sometimes do feel like this is he ain't correcting anybody when it says this is Jeff Keighley's Game Awards, right? So, like, don't get me wrong, there is things to criticize, but like the fact that this, just because FromSoftware is nominated this year and they're having this conversation about, hey, what do we do with expansions to DLC? It's not because he's getting a check from FromSoftware. It's because Shadow of the Erdtree is that phenomenal, right? So like that's why we're having these conversations. And that's the reason why these categories change every year. They should, and they ought to, and it's good. That means that they're listening. So to me, I don't see that it's a bad thing, but I mean, like what you said earlier, Ghetto Berry echoes. Hey, ladies, I'm a fella. With Elden Ring DLC being up for grabs as contender for Game of the Year, do you think Game Awards should have its own DLC/add-on category? If so, what other DLC/add-ons would be considered? And will the Trophy Room /Platy Awards have a separate category for DLC and add-ons? Take care. Love you guys, and love always. Ooh-wee. Yes. Absolutely yes. 1,000 times yes. I don't know about you guys, but like there's been Final Fantasy 16 DLC that came out this year. We have Elden Ring. We have goddamn Godzilla and Dave the Diver. Well, like, there's plenty of DLC. A big one. Tell me, Balatro?
Alan Wake 2 had 2 Alan this Wake year. 2?
Yeah.
So,
there's
plenty out there.
Yeah, even whether big or small or tiny, like, DLC should have its own category here. I don't know. Anything to say on that question, y'all? No? Okay.
No, I'll save it for when we get into what else was nominated, because I have thoughts about other things as well.
Fair enough, because we got 2. One's from Cowboy and Danger D. Yeah. All I got to say is Topspin being nominated for Best Sports Title, but no NCAA football is wild. Also, someone explained the difference between Best Action and Best Action Adventure. A brother needs some help. So Emmett Watkins Jr. over at Blue Sky said something terrific, and I'm going to paraphrase what he says. Difference between action and adventure is one game emphasizes the action, so Doom, and one game would emphasize the adventure and the journey that you go on, Uncharted. That's the real difference between action and an adventure game. And an action-adventure game has a little bit of A and B, but it's not solely focused on the vibe of one. It's on the vibe of both. That said, again, that's Emmett, not me. He's the genius, not I. I just saw it. I was like, I'm going to take that. Papa Taz writes, hey, Cowboys and Cow...
Really quickly.
Yeah.
Again, where is MLB The Show?
Oh, we're gonna get to it because Papa Taz actually echoes something off of Cowboy Danger D here. He says, "Question for the Sony Pony Express. Yeah, I was wondering what game should have been nominated at the Game Awards. I'm sad that P3 Reloaded was not nominated for anything. It has one of the best soundtracks in gaming, retelling of the original game. Maybe I'm a little biased since I was playing the game on the day I got married. Ooh-wee. Papa Taz making all sorts of decisions the same day. Dang." He's like, "Who's the best girl? My wife." So, I bring this over. I don't know who wants to kick this off first, but what was the game that got snubbed this year? Because I definitely have mine. Light, do you have one in particular? Kyle, thoughts?
I haven't beaten it, so I guess I probably shouldn't say, but just based off of the talking that I've heard of other people and my experience with the first couple hours, Dragon Age, I'm shocked.
Yeah.
I feel like there were probably a couple categories it could have fallen in. And I mean, I know it's newer, so maybe I don't know when the deadline was, like what the cutoff was.
True.
Well, it is nominated for accessibility.
Okay.
So it was eligible.
Okay. So yeah. I'm surprised. I don't know necessarily because I haven't beaten it what category I would have wanted to see it in or categories. I'm just kind of surprised that I didn't see it more in general.
Yeah, same. Once I saw that and I saw Shadow of the Erdtree, that's when I made my turn. That's when I went into my hero arc.
I also need a list.
I
I just need a list of every game that came out this year because I have no idea what came out this year versus last year. Like when I tell you everything is blurring together, I couldn't tell you.
Big Sam. Because like Baldur's Gate 3, man, I was still playing it this year. Real sicko mode about it. Kyle, besides MLB The Show, what's the game that's getting robbed?
Is half joking. This year's wasn't the best version of it, but I'm just tired of it not getting its flowers that it deserves. Dragon Age is a big one. I did not realize I looked at my in-game clock on PlayStation, which is who knows how accurate that is. I'm like close to 100 hours in it, so like I'm clearly enjoying it a lot. I'm really close to the end, I think. That's shocking to me that it's not on there. Also, I know people loved it. I don't know. I can't remember where you fell on it, Joe, but like Dragon's Dogma 2 being absent from a lot of this, and just seeing the list of all the nominees in every category, and a lot of the major ones having Silent Hill 2 in them, to not be in Game of the Year is a little weird.
Yeah. I would say this year, when it comes to best performance, this one's a difficult year. Just off the rip of like, there wasn't a lot of games that at least spoke to me on PlayStation that involved a lot of like voice acting or where I was like really hooked. But I love that Humberly Gonzalez, K-Vess in Star Wars Outlaws got her flowers here because I think she did wonderful. Same with just most of the Final Fantasy VII cast. Also, there are some voice actors or voice talent in Metaphor that I was surprised not on best performance, which is pretty nuts. But there was one in particular.
Let alone Veilguard. There's some really good performances in Veilguard as well.
Yeah. Oh my God. Let's be real. Balara, Tash, hoo-wee. But like, yeah, there's been some, I think this year in particular, aside from the Shadow of the Erdtree stuff, I think this has been a pretty good year in terms of him getting it or them getting it right. But I also think it speaks so many people's dissatisfaction in how the Game Awards are done, that like the disconnect between media and the average Joe at home, where still so many people are like, none of this makes sense to me.
I also would love for them to experiment with Game of the Year being more than just 6 games.
Yes.
There's so many games that come out every single year. Part of the reasons why we're doing the Indie Game Awards is we want to celebrate the year in games. And the fact that we can almost guarantee every single year there will be 5 AAA games and 1 single indie being part of the Game of the Year expand it to like 8 games. If you want to go all the way up to 10, cool. Like there's so much goodness in gaming every single year. Let's celebrate more of it. Is what I would like to see.
Also, just a random, the category for best action adventure, it cracks me up seeing Astrobot and Silent Hill in the same. The fact that those can be classified as the same style of game is just so comical to me. And going back to the previous, like, what's the difference? It really, like, again, things getting muddled and the lines being blurry. Sometimes it's hard to tell what the heck a game actually is.
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, just like how many genres kind of bleed into themselves at this point. Yeah, like those two don't belong in the same category.
I love Silk Cannon's idea in chat. Horror needs its own category.
Absolutely, because horror is notoriously underrepresented, I feel like, in just every medium, in every medium. And also, really, horror games are doing amazing things that need to be celebrated.
Also, like platformers, come on, let's go. Like there's more, like, again, the fact that like Astrobot and that share a category, but like, you know, Astrobot is in best family games, like just because Astrobot is a platformer and it is family friendly, don't get me wrong, like that could be robbing something of like, I don't know, just off the top of my head, like a Lego Horizon to be in there.
Sure.
Right. So like to me, it's like, no, there's way more platformers that come out in a year. It just also reminds everybody of how like commercial these awards are, because it's like only the names that everybody in every SEO list is going to know, you know. Yeah, throw some out there to more indies and more games that maybe are obscure to some. Sure. You know, highlight them, spotlight them.
Cozy game category. That's a good idea, Nisa.
Also would love. I'm very, very, very excited to see the Game Awards Orchestra play Balatro theme. I think that's.
I really need to play this. Cool. I'm gonna download it right now.
Don't. You're gonna lose your life. Don't do it.
Yeah.
I have FOMO.
You might lose custody of your kid. There's good chance.
My husband's gonna leave me. My child's gonna go.
I do love that I saw on more than one occasion since these awards were announced. They're like a card game for Game of the Year. Yeah, that's dumb. That's stupid. Right, and then they went and played it. I was like, okay, I just lost my entire morning. Like, I get it.
God, it's incredible. Yeah, no, like I was like, I was gonna say, I will literally buy you Balatro because you need to experience this. It is because you're right. Like in the beginning, you're like, I don't know how to play poker, and then 19 hours in, you're like, I don't know how to play poker, but I just got my first win, and I feel alive for the first time in my life.
Yeah.
That said, listen. We're gonna have our own game awards. We're gonna figure it all out on next week's episode, our Thanksgiving episode. That's where we'll create all the categories and all that good stuff. But right here with you, the audience. So if you have any like good ideas for like best category, or what game do you think belongs in a traditional category, like best narrative or like, you know, best platform or whatever have you, please let us know in the Trophy Room Discord. We would love to have more creative and even like some fun categories, you know, like I think in the Patreon episode you did a Hear Me Out category, stuff like that. Let's have fun with it this year. Let's get weird with it, gang. But I would say out of this list here of Game of the Year, we have Astrobot, Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Metaphor ReFantasio. Out of all these games here, which one do you think is going to win? Not want to win, but what do you think's going to win? Kyle Stevenson? He's in deep thought. Contemplating.
It's got to be Shadow.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Why do you say that, dude? Why are you scaring me?
I feel like as much as I love it, and the more and more I hear people talk about Rebirth, I think people feel it was too long. And that is a disservice to it. It's also that thing where it was an earlier this year game. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't super close to when the voting happened. If it's not Shadow, I want it to be Balatro with all my heart and soul.
Okay.
Because that really took the world by storm. That's a moment that's still happening. It's like Among Us when that was nominated after years of it being out. Like everyone was playing Among Us, everyone's playing Balatro.
Yeah.
So that would be super cool. In my heart though, I feel like Shadow's taking it because of how the voting works.
Fair enough. Like, I go over to you because, oh my, everything just started crashing on my end.
You've been robot-y for a little bit. I was wondering if it was me.
Me too, because it started pouring rain, so I was like, oh god, is my internet going?
Oh shit. Okay, well, let's hope everything works, not like last time. Like, what do you think? Who's winning? Who's also like, who got snubbed in this category? Because to me, there's two games that don't belong here.
I don't necessarily know who got snubbed, but again, this episode's making me feel like a fake gamer. I'm sorry to all the listeners. I promise I'm better than this, okay? I just have a really big backlog and I haven't played any new games. The only game from this list I've played is Astrobot. So I feel like the only one I could say should win is Astrobot. I started Black Myth Wukong, but I played like 2 hours of it and that's it. And it was beautiful. But again, I didn't play the other, so I don't really know. However, what I think will win is probably Erdtree, because I think since it's the media that's doing it, I think there's a lot of love for Elden Ring within the media. Although I would not be surprised, again, not to just completely steal what Kyle was saying, I would not be surprised if we had like a shocking surprise in Balatro. How do you say it? Balatro?
Balatro,
one.
That's the joke that the dev does. He'll tweet every once like, by the way, it's pronounced Balatro and it's just a word Balatro. He never specifies the correct way to say it, so
it's a lot of A's. You don't know where the emphasis goes.
Yeah.
But because that's another game that I saw a lot of the media people that I follow talking about. Those were the two games that everybody in media was singing the praises of. So I feel like it's probably Erdtree, but if you told me it was Balatro, I would not be shocked either.
Yeah.
One would hope. I think, listen, Black Myth Wukong, beautiful game, very fun. Have not finished it myself. But when everybody's like, this is the toughest nails game, this is going to be really difficult. And I'm like breezing through Act 3. I'm like, when does this get difficult? Because I could actually cheese a lot of it. I think the game's great, don't get me wrong. But like Game of the Year category? I don't know about that. Best action game? Sure, we can have that conversation. But like Game of the Year? Like, I don't know. I've heard a lot more praise off of things like Silent Hill than I did Black Myth Wukong. So for me, I'm like, that one doesn't make much sense. Part of me thinks Shadow is going to win because I think votes are going to get pulled from. Well, let me start by saying, Metaphor and Final Fantasy Rebirth share a lot.
They're going to split.
Yeah, share a lot in the same genre. So I think that's going to split votes. And I think you're going to get a lot of disappointed fans there. I think who has the best chance is Astrobot. But then you have Shadow of the Erdtree, which is just, man, it's like he's gearing up for everybody going, this is it. I would love to see Balatro.
I honestly think Balatro has the best shot outside of Erdtree. I feel like the non-PlayStation focused people who played Astrobot are like, yeah, no, this is cool. It's just a big commercial for PlayStation.
Yeah,
it doesn't do a whole lot like, new and fancy or whatever.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saw a lot of love for Astrobot, but there also were a lot of people who had criticisms of it because it didn't necessarily like it did new things, but it didn't. I don't know. It was just an ad for PlayStation. Yeah. Like I think because the first game of this generation was everyone was like, whoa, and then this was amazing, but they kind of already had that whoa moment with the first one.
That's a good point. That's a great point.
I loved it, but I don't think it stands a shot of winning.
Yeah. I would also echo that the biggest snub this year will be Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth tied for nominations, 7 each. Astrobot is Game of the Year, Art Direction, Game Direction, Sound Design, Action Adventure, Family Game, Best Score. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Game of the Year, Best Narrative, Best Game Direction, Best Score, Brianna White as Aerith, RPG, Sound Design.
You don't think Rebirth wins anything?
maybe wins for VO.
Brianna was incredible as Aerith.
Yeah. I from what I played thus far, I agree. I need to beat it first.
I think Rebirth, again, I haven't played Metaphor yet. I think it's nominated for that category. Let me just double check.
It is.
No, the one I'm thinking of. I think Rebirth has a very good shot at score and music.
Okay. Oh yeah, score and music, yes. Yeah. I actually think that's the one it'll win. Sure. All right, gang. It's time for some flash news. Gotta go fast. Oh my goodness.
I ran so fast I pulled my earbuds out of my ears.
No. Oh no. Watch out behind you. She's not gonna know. This comes from Shinobi on Blue Sky. Cloud streaming beta is coming to PlayStation Portal in an update today. Ooey. Over 120 PS5 games on the catalog will be available for PlayStation Plus Premium members at 1080p 60 FPS. Houday Nation writes, with the Portal starting a beta test for cloud gaming for premium members, does this excite you? And if so, what is the first game you're playing? I'm the only one with a Portal, huh?
I sold mine a few months ago.
My husband has it, but I haven't used it yet.
Dang. All right, fair enough. That's actually a really smart move.
You know how my internet is.
You're watching Peppa Pig on the TV. Husband's playing Balatro on the Portal. Life's good.
Again, I'll say it again. The Wii U was a great idea.
Yep.
That tablet was a great idea. The Vita, great idea.
Yep. Oh, I thought you were going to add on to something.
That's it.
Fair enough. I don't know yet. I have not seen what the catalog of games are. I literally just downloaded the update. But I'm excited. So it looks like you'll be streaming straight from a server blade somewhere, and you'll be playing your PS5 games, at least 120 of them, on the go. That's really awesome. Hey, look it. Your phone could be your PlayStation. All right. Thought I'd get a bigger laugh. Don't know why. Hey, Kyle, would you like to read the next question on Flash News while I take a drink of water?
Sure. K-Rock writes, Sup Triangle, 3-sided, get it? Team of trophy hunters. First off, Joe, thank you for taking the tariff question last week. Well said. I promise I am not going there this week. However, I hope you don't mind me asking those type of questions when they appear to impact our gaming world.
Yeah, as long as they impact gaming, go for it. Let it rip.
Now on to the good stuff. I know you've all seen the Portal added streaming, and all I can say is, holy cow, I was not expecting that. This is a huge win for Portal users, and I cannot believe this was an upgrade versus Sony releasing brand new hardware called Portal 2.0 because, to quote Goodfellas, F you, pay me. I tested Ghost of Tsushima and it played perfectly on home Wi-Fi with no issues so far. This upgrade delivers on what we hoped that the Portal could be, and I think we will now see this device become a must-have and hopefully become a super hot item for the holidays. This got me thinking, what other products, games, or consoles have you bought in the past that you were already happy with that had these monumental upgrade improvements out of the blue? It's hard for me to think of one outside of No Man's Sky. I bought it after the upgrades fixed the issues in 2020, and since then the game has been consistently surprising and delighting its audiences with free significant updates to the game. Do you have any that you all can think of? Thanks everyone. K-Rock. P.S. PAX East tickets go on sale soon. Hope you are all heading there. Oh boy.
Gonna try. Yes, Steve?
So.
I was gonna say we gotta get media badges for that.
Yeah.
We do. Kyle's gonna get on it. He knows how to talk to these PAX folks, not me.
Moves it up.
No one likes talking to me. I get it. What is a game that has gotten a significant upgrade over time or piece of tech that you have enjoyed? That's difficult for me. I don't know. Truthfully.
Any Bethesda game. I love Bethesda.
Well,
I love Bethesda. They are my favorite. But, you know, they have their little jokes about them for a reason. But they do their updates and they get it there.
That's right.
And then, you know, people will go back and play it and they'll be like, holy crap, this isn't even the same game anymore. And I'm like, I told you it's a great game. Keep playing it.
I've got Joe's answer.
Fallout 4, one of those games, right? PS5 update, played the crap out of it. I'll go back there and play it again when Season 2 comes out. Yeah.
I got an answer for you, Joe.
Oh, tell me.
Cyberpunk.
Oh my god.
That's a great one.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a game. What an experience. Hey, a little bit of flash news for you guys, and only me is interested in this. Fortnite X Cyberpunk crossover. It's happening. My wallet is screaming in terror and anticipation. I can't wait.
So happy for you.
Oh my god, I get to be my girlfriend Judy. Are you kidding me? Yes.
You should apply to be who does Fortnite again?
Epic.
Like an Epic creator, so you can get the codes.
You know what? I was an Epic creator, and then I totally dropped the ball. I didn't renew. But you're true. I got to get back on that. I really do, because God knows how much Fortnite I've played. Over 700 hours. But who's, this year. Yeah.
I'm struggling to find an answer of my own for this.
Hell, I could even say Fortnite.
Yeah.
Updates constantly. I love it. Yeah.
I don't think I have an answer right now.
All right, fair enough. Don't worry. No pressure.
No pressure.
All right, here's a good one. PlayStation Studios confirmed its head of mobile. No, it's not a good one. I would lie to you. New head of studio is Courtmarcher. Okay. That's not his name.
I would say Courtmarsh.
Courtmarsh. Has been head of mobile at PlayStation Studios since 2023, but has now become the full head of mobile. Not going to go into full detail of it. That whole mobile division is a garbage fire right now. So hopefully Oliver could pull it together, but who knows? Hey, Kyle, this is news that's going to interest you. Lorelei in the Laser Eyes, that has been nominated for Best Indie Game category for the Game Awards, and also the Indie Game Awards, Kyle?
Correct.
There you go. The one that matters. And between now and then, PS5 and PS4 players will get the opportunity to play it for themselves. Swedish developer Simogo has been announced ports of the unique puzzler that will arrive on the 3rd of December, 2024. Was going to do a Swedish accent?
Thank God you didn't.
I pulled back. That's growth.
This is awesome. I've yet to play because this is me being patient to play things on my ecosystem of choice, which is PlayStation. Heard nothing but amazing things, and if you're not familiar with this developer, they made Sayonara Wild Hearts.
Oh,
so it's the same team of them, and yeah, it looks awesome. Can't wait.
Fair enough. All right, here's another one for y'all. Okay, ready for this?
Oh, let's go.
Remedy Entertainment on Blue Sky announced news from our capital markets today. Don't know what that is, but they announced a whole bunch of stuff to their stockholders and the world. Alan Wake 2 has sold over 1.8 million units. Pause. What the are we doing? Buy Alan Wake 2? Imagine me, I have a gun out. Buy Alan Wake 2.
No, don't, Joe. You can't threaten people with a gun. We can't do that.
Crossbow.
So now I need to get Cilantro and Alan Wake 2. I don't have time.
It's so good.
I don't have time.
I know. Listen, the kid will raise itself.
Listen, move to New York. I'll pay you to be my childcare during the day. I'll play all these games, and then you can have the nights free.
There you go.
I don't think you want me near your kids. To be honest, I don't think you want me towards a little light. I'm going to teach them all. You're talking about like, hey, she learned a word that you're not proud of. She's got to learn a whole vocabulary. She's going to be
running around saying, "Gooner gang, Gooner gang."
Exactly. Go to the moon.
No, I was so proud though. This is just a real little random moment. She came up to me the other day. She goes, "Hey, lightweights," and I was like,
"Oh my God, that's so adorable."
Okay. Anyways.
Put that on the intro. Control Ultimate Edition will release on Mac in February 12th, 2025.
Cool.
Beautiful. Here's the crazy one. Control 2 will be an action RPG. What?
Whoa. I don't know how to feel.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What does it mean?
Let them be weird. Love this. And then Control will receive a free update in early 2025, unlocking some previously released content. And then Sam Lake does talk about, hey, what it's going to take for Firebreak and, oh my God, and Control 2 to be profitable. They both need to sell at around 3 to 4 million units each to be just, breaking even. But he also, Sam Lake talked about, yes, profitability is important, but so is creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And like we have to be profitable, but it can't be at the sake of creativity. And I just
more of that, please.
Love that he said that.
Love that man. Love that man. Love that studio. God bless them.
And so can it in chat. Very good point. Action RPG could be Diablo, or apparently it could be Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erdtree. So who knows what that means?
Genres don't.
Maybe we're gonna go 2D.
Yes.
2.5D Octopath Traveler. We're opening the door.
Let's go.
God, with that universe, anything.
Yeah.
All right, 2 quick little updates. Ubisoft has released a 60 FPS patch for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Available now. I really do.
Wait, do I have a game I played that you haven't played? Mm-hmm. Play Syndicate. Oh, Syndicate's I'll get my squirt gun.
All right, fair enough. Oh, squirt gun. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's much of a threat, but could have maybe a kitchen knife. Anyway, experience Callisto Protocol. I just want to annoy you. Oh yeah, like a cat. It's true. Callisto Protocol has a PlayStation 5 Pro patch out. It says fight out of Black Iron Prison in breathtaking 8K 30 FPS or 4K at 60 FPS, both with full ray tracing. And the love of my life, Karen Furukawa, is in that game. You should play it.
Is this the first instance of an 8K update?
Yeah, one of them. Yeah.
That's wild.
Technically, not lying on that.
If you have an 8K TV already, how do I get to your levels? That's all.
I don't even have a 4K monitor.
The TV behind me is floor model. What are you doing? Yeah, if you have an 8K monitor, let me see your $1 billion mansion / underground bunker.
I like to think that's how you got your TV, Joe. You did the Big Daddy method, and you just dropped it on the floor. You're like, oh, discount.
Yes. Oh no! U2's plastic PlayStation Tat looks lovely. This comes from Sam Barker at Push Square. After teasing it earlier in the year, plastic Tat manufacturer U2's has officially announced its PlayStation line, and it looks amazing. Featuring Astrobot, Ratchet, Sly Cooper, and Kratos, each figurine is colorful, detailed, and posed nicely. The first 4 figures will be available for pre-order this week, November 24th. This week, the 24th. Get out of here. Crazy old man. The maker asks which characters you'd like to see next. Figurines will ship next May or April next year, and will cost $29.99 a piece. I bring this over to you, because these things are cute. Love them. I know I want one. Which one would you like?
Well, I want the Astrobot one, because I have no Astrobot anything, but also the Kratos one, obviously. Yeah. But also, where's Aloy? I know there's more coming down the line, but I'm very surprised she's not one of the first 4, because I feel like they're really pushing Horizon on the PlayStation side. So really, and she's an easy, recognizable character. I don't know.
Yeah. So, no, I totally agree. And I hate when people bring up Horizon and be like, no one plays. I'm like, shut up. No, everybody plays Horizon. You just want to be a jaded douche. I don't like that.
I got to get the Lego one though. I'm gonna go out to the store tomorrow and get it. I think.
Oh, you mean this right here?
Physical. Yeah. Rub it in. Yeah.
I've been.
I gotta get the physical for it.
Honestly, I think Lil Light's gonna love it.
That's what I think. Because so tangent. It's obviously you can do couch co-op, right?
Yes. Yep.
Is it where if I go off, she'll just rubber band to me so she can be doing her own thing, and then or will she just stay off on her own? Do you know?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer because I have not personally. I just know you can co-op after the first level.
Okay.
So yeah,
I'll look it up. She'll love it.
Yeah, she definitely will. And Aloy she has a lot of personality in this one. I think she's very lively. And honestly, I think maybe the next Horizon could take some notes because I really like her in this. Kyle, what about you? Any of these little figurines you're interested in?
I'm gonna get all of them if I can.
Fair enough.
I love them all.
I like that.
I do love that Sly's getting some love. That's really really cool. I'm blanking on her name, and you two might have the name for me. But the new Ghost.
Oh, of GOTY?
Yeah.
ASTRA, I think.
Estrella? No.
Let me see. New
But
Ghost.
what that for in this form would be cool.
Yeah.
To have her in this style.
I'm looking it up. Hey Kyle, would you like to read the next bit of Flash news?
Sure. This comes from Jay Brody over at Game Rant. PlayStation reveals Black Friday 2024 deals. Get that wallet out. That was me, not Jay Brody.
Dude, there you go. ATSU. Sorry.
Atsu. Got it. PlayStation has just revealed its Black Friday 2024 deals, which will offer customers discounts on games, consoles, accessories, and more online and at participating retailers. Black Friday and Cyber Monday are quickly approaching, and major gaming companies like Microsoft and Nintendo have already announced their plans for the annual shopping holiday. Some of Sony's plans for Black Friday were previously leaked ahead of time, revealing offers on PlayStation bundles, packed with exclusive Fortnite content. Uh-oh. Now would be we know what Joe's doing. Now would be holiday shoppers.
PS5.
Now would be holiday shoppers have more of an idea about what they can save as part of this year's Black Friday and Cyber Monday promotions from PlayStation. This promotion will start on November 22nd, which is this Friday if you're listening this week, and run until December 2nd, and includes special offers on items like the previously leaked Fortnite Cobalt Star PlayStation 5 bundle. Oh my god, Joe, you did it. Yeah, you can't derail showing that ugly-ass Fortnite controller.
I got a problem.
Oh,
it is ugly as sin.
It's awful. PlayStation VR 2, DualSense wireless controllers, Pulse Elite wireless headsets, Pulse Explorer wireless earbuds, PS5 console covers, and select games on PS4, PS5, and PC while supplies last. More specific offers will be made available on the official PlayStation website on November 22nd, as these deals might vary by region and retailer. These savings will reportedly include big games like Star Wars Outlaws, Hogwarts Legacy, and EA Sports FC 25. In the meantime, PlayStation customers will be able to save up to 25% on the PS5 DualSense controllers of any color, and the PSVR 2 Horizon Call of the Mountain bundle will be available for up to 40% off. PlayStation Plus members who sign up during the upcoming Black Friday promotion can save up to 30% for a 12-month membership, giving them a year's worth of access to a large library of PS4 and PS5 titles, as well as retro games from the PS Plus Classics catalog. Current PlayStation Plus Essential users can upgrade their plan to PS Plus Extra and save up to 25% on the remainder of their memberships, or instead get a 30% discount when upgrading to PlayStation Plus Premium/Deluxe. Lastly, fans can save up to 40% on PlayStation gear, apparel, and merchandise, including items themed after hit PlayStation games like The Last of Us Part 2, Horizon Forbidden West, and God of War Ragnarok, without needing a promo code. More details and savings are sure to be revealed on November 22nd.
Ooh-wee, ooh-wee. Am I going to get another controller? Yes. Yes, I will.
I just want the anniversary controller. That's all I want.
I know.
It's coming in the mail next week. Humble brag.
Okay, I'm changing out the squirt gun for the real one.
Oh, no.
I'll help you tie him down so he can't go anywhere.
She's got an Uzi. Cool beans if y'all are interested. I know I always go for the Black Friday PSN deal.
Sure.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That said, hey y'all, got a little segment called What You've Been Playing, because I'm very curious. Listen, I've been just playing more, Veilguard. That's all I got, But I want to hear what you've been playing, because I saw one of your posts talking about which Call of Duty you're going to next.
Yeah.
So I want to hear if you've made a decision yet.
I did. Okay, so I decided on Black Ops 2.
Nice.
Instead of Cold War. Posting it on social media did not help because it was a 50-50 split. So I decided to err on the side of release order versus what people feel is chronological order, because I think because of the flashback sequences, people are like, no, whatever. So I was like, fine. I'll just do release order because people can't be pissed at that because that's how everybody played it to begin with. So started Black Ops 2, having a great time with it. I did my first like tactical mission, which I was like, I didn't realize this was a thing where you have to do like control the troops, but you're not actually like playing as one of them.
Ooh, okay.
And I don't know if I have to do those, but let me tell you, I'm not good at it. I am not good at it. I was not enjoying my time with that. But I am loving the game. I'm loving that the characters from Black Ops 1 are in it again, and we're kind of learning what happened to them. Then I also, today, just started GTA San Andreas for the first time. This is why I don't have time to play new games, because I'm catching up on the headline.
I get it.
And my biking ability in that, like my cycling ability, real bad. Real bad. I got ejected off my bike more times than I can count. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then on the indie side of things, last one I promise.
Okay.
And this was sponsored, but this right now is not sponsored. This is just me because I had fun with it. But Rue Valley is out in alpha. Their alpha build is out right now that everybody can try. And it's really cool time loop game where you are building out essentially your personality. So you're basically at this motel for therapy, which I know sounds odd. So you start off with like some pretty negative traits. Like I had crippling lack of motivation. And you're like trying to like work through this, and you committed some sort of crime, which is what sent you there, but you don't know what. So it's a time loop, but it's very like comic art style, which is really cool. And the loop is short, which I also really liked. So in an hour play session, I did 2 full loops, and obviously they might get longer as the game progresses. So it's only out in alpha right now, but everybody can play it. And I was having a lot of fun with it, genuinely.
This looks really cool.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Disco Elysium a little bit.
Ooh, okay.
This is awesome.
So I don't think they have a release date for the full game, but if you're just looking for a little change of pace, quick little turnaround type thing you can do, definitely check that out. That was Rue Valley. It was really cool.
Oh, so I don't think that's weird that it's therapy in a motel, because I go to a Courtyard Marriott for my little therapy session.
Wait, really?
No.
Oh.
Damn it, Joe.
I walk out without a kidney, but I think my problems are solved.
I was about to apologize and be like, oh my God, do people actually go to therapy in hotels and motels?
No.
I'm tired, Joe. I'm tired.
I also am in for a crime I didn't commit. Perjury. Stole me a loaf of bread.
Perjury.
Just trying to feed my family. Kyle Stevenson.
Hi. Nothing but Veilguard.
Fair enough.
That's been my thing. I will for next week's show. Because part of me traveling down to North Carolina this week to film Mike and I's section of the award show. That weekend we're going to do our Extra Life, which we should be out on socials by the time you're listening to this on audio services. At least one of the days, because we're going to break it up into 12-hour chunks because we're old and we can't put ourselves through 24 straight hours. We gotta take care of ourselves. We're going to be streaming a bunch of the Indie Game Award nominees, so people can be more familiar with them when it comes to the show. So I have hopefully some things to say about some of them on next week's show.
All right, fair enough. Now, I do want to bring in someone in the chat. I think it was TZ. They write for UT. San Andreas has an airplane mission that might be Cuphead levels of frustration for you. Yeah,
I am notoriously bad at a lot of things, but most notably flying missions, especially in GTA 5. Yeah.
It's fine.
Let me tell you something.
It was real bad.
I handed the controller to one of my friends. We tried for a whole afternoon playing the airplane mission. We eventually gave up. I just took a friend's save that skipped that level.
You have a whole history of this, don't you?
Dude, you play the airplane mission. You tell me.
The amount of times I was trying to land on that stupid runway, I was going to lose it. And then GTA 4, I just was ejecting myself unintentionally and then failing the mission. Or one time I was supposed to make it somewhere, but I couldn't fly anything. I was horrible at the helicopter, horrible at the plane. So I took a blimp. And that didn't go any better.
Yeah, no. For me, when you talk about the struggles of a bike, I felt like when I was playing that, I'm like, this is really me in real life because I am sweating. I made it down a city block. I'm like, oof, it's rough.
I wish that was an option in real life. I just took a blimp. I was done. I just took a blimp.
The worst part for the blimp is I made it where I needed to go, and I went to exit the blimp, and I didn't land on the building. I just kept falling. And it was so painful because I was right there.
I think we've all had those GTA moments. I know what that feels like.
That's why it's the best. It's so good.
Yeah. I think it is like part of the beauty of GTA is like the controls do suck, but it's part of it's like it's whimsical how bad they are.
I shouldn't have to press 20 buttons. There's not even 20 buttons on a controller, but for for sake of effect, I shouldn't have to press 20 buttons to fly a helicopter in GTA. I don't need the bumpers and the. I'm like, what am I doing? Yeah. Too many buttons.
Nope. And they're just like, nah, that's fine.
But the flying levels in Cuphead, I was a beast at those.
Really?
Nice.
Did you beat Cuphead or you got close? Or
No, I beat it. I didn't do the DLC, but I did beat Cuphead.
Okay.
With a lot of rage.
I got closer in Cuphead. I think I got maybe to like the last level. It was like one of the guys that's maybe he was a genie, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I just beat him or I just didn't.
A tricky one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he's ever. And you don't do From Software, but Cuphead was your jam? All right.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I call it my jam, but I beat it.
I mean, I think we could get her to not just play Bloodborne, but beat it and then become a FromSoft fangirl.
I don't have the patience. When I tell you I was raging, I was raging. Orphan of Cause.
You got far,
I don't even know
dude.
I don't even know what that noise was. That's the noises he was making.
You got to Orphan of Cause. I
beat Bloodborne. I did it.
Beat it. Oh,
I did. It just wasn't pretty. I just did it though.
Fair enough.
I don't think Joe, you haven't even beat Orphan of Cause, have you?
What in the DLC?
Yeah.
I think I'm at him right now.
Okay.
But again, the DLC has been a breeze for me. So.
Sure.
I've beaten every single boss on the first try.
Congratulations.
Or I think the first boss took me.
He's a different beast.
All right.
I did accidentally skip one of the bosses in the DLC because I had to get bones that I got, but I didn't take them back someplace because I didn't know I needed to. So I don't know. Right, some guy was dead. I was supposed to go fight him with his bones, and I didn't do that.
So I took a blimp.
So I took a blimp. Get out of there.
Hello, guy, gotta beat you with your bones? Any boneless guys? Gelatin in nature? All right, fair enough. Hey, gang, are you holding on to something? Anything at all?
Yeah. I really am holding on to nail clippers because I have to do that before I leave tomorrow.
Fair enough.
The closest thing.
Gotta keep them short, baby.
Yeah.
Hanging out of my controller. Prepare the drop. Here are the latest steals and deals coming to the PlayStation storefront. Kyle Stevenson, you got the list for us?
I do. November 18th had Crusader Kings 3 Tours and Tournaments on PS5. Towers of Agaspa on November 19th. I don't know what happened with my words there. My brain is slowly shutting down. Two-ho spell carnival on November 19th. The Stellar Blade.
Wait. Did you just say two hoes?
Two hoes. Two-ho? How do you say Touhou?
Oh, show.
Oh, it's all one word. Oh,
it's all one, yeah.
I thought it was two hoes separately.
No. Although someone should make that game. Two hoes spell carnival. The Stellar Blade Nier mashup happens in Nier on November 20th. G.I. Joe Wrath of Cobra, November 21st. Star Wars Outlaws Wild Card on November 21st. Is that just the first update? Is that what that is?
I think so.
The Devil Within Satgat on the 21st. Amidama on the 21st. Sprawl, Divine Dynamo Flame Frit, and Joe's most anticipated game of this week. Talk about it. Idol Maker VR.
Oh, okay.
Gotta make your anime waifus in VR.
Oh, that is something I would be interested in.
Also, PlayStation did the thing I hated yesterday, and they announced 5 VR games on Twitter and social media.
I hated it so much I forgot about it.
I didn't even hear that. I didn't know that was a thing.
So PlayStation does this thing like where every once in a while they're like, "Hey, stay tuned in the next hour on Twitter, and we're gonna show you 5 new VR games or 5 new indies coming to PlayStation." And they did that yesterday, and I was like, "Why do we keep doing this?" I'm gonna look it up to make sure.
I'm trying to be less chronically online. I was really good. I read 2 books this month.
Nice.
And I'm like, when I'm on my free time, I'm not scrolling social. I'm not doom scrolling. I'm not going there. But the problem is with this job, you need to be chronically online or you have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
No idea what's going on. This whole episode, I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Exactly.
Couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Couldn't tell you.
So the VR games coming to VR 2 that were announced, there's a VR game called Mare that's out now. That's a puzzle game. Trombone Champ Unflattened comes to PSVR 2 on November 26th. Masters of Light comes to VR 2 on December 18th. And then Joe, this is a big one for you, or the last 2 are big ones for you. Alien Rogue Incursion, December 19th. And then
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
And then Hitman World of Assassination, March 27th, 2025.
I can't wait. Are you kidding me? Now I'll be playing them on the Meta Quest. Humble brag.
Okay.
But yeah, Alien. Whew. Like, have you played Hitman on your streams?
Not on streams. I played Hitman 3.
Okay.
When that came out. But I have not played them on my channel.
Because I think that would be a fun time.
It would be a lot of fun, for sure.
Yeah. God, there's so many interesting ways of making it look like an accident.
Especially with all those checklists, and they're like, okay, now do kill somebody this way with this golf ball. You know? I like that.
It's actually one of the funner platinums I've gotten. I love that game so much. All right, gang. It's time for the final segment, but our favorite segment of the show. It's time for the Sony Pony Express.
Yeehaw!
Shout out to our cowboys and girls. Yeehaw!
Gabs GOTY writes in, based on the glowing reviews from Kyle on Phasmophobia, and I'll repeat, Kyle is the one who talked it up and made me purchase Phasmophobia, not Joe. Take that, Joe. Anyway, I purchased it with a buddy once in console, and I'm having a ton of fun with it. Absolutely worth $20 if you have friends to play with. As someone who doesn't do a lot of multiplayer or a ton of spooky games, it completely caught me off guard. So what game did you think you wouldn't enjoy and ended up loving it completely?
Ooh, that's such a good question. First off, Kyle, how do you feel? All right, someone gave you recognition for a game that you recommended.
It's great.
But then also gave you some shit last episode. All right, you finally got a little bit.
Listen, I was not going to bring it up here on the show. That was an after recording thing. But fine.
Yeah,
I feel like that.
You think you could handle that on a weekly basis?
Sure, I think that was selective hearing on that person's part, but it is what it is. Oh, I have never once rooted for the downfall of Xbox ever on this show.
Oh, no.
I'm just putting that out there.
You told me you gave them the marketing idea of everything's an Xbox. You're like, and then you're like, you CC'd me. You're like, fools. They're fools.
This is their downfall.
Cinderloo actually asked, don't have the game, but is Phasmophobia on the lineup for Community Game Day? That could be fun.
I'll get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get it. I'll play with the game.
You should play it in VR. Oh, you don't have your VR too. You can play that in VR. I don't know why you would.
Honestly, like, yeah, even Alien might be a nope for me because I don't know if my heart can take it.
Yeah.
It's too scary. But let Green Gorilla Gamer know on the Discord. Yeah, and again, November 30th, it's going to be a ton of fun. I'll be there, you know?
Like, what's a game you didn't think you would enjoy, but you loved it completely?
I have an answer if you need me to go first.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, because I'm still thinking.
You guys are not going to believe this because I love it so much.
Please.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
When I first saw the trailer for that, I was like, the hell is this? Why are we fighting robots, but we're like, have no technology? I was so confused by the concept. I had no interest. My husband had no interest. We're like, why are we shooting bow and arrow at robo dinos? Like, what is happening? And then our friend, Loose Lemons, who pops in the chat, her husband, who we call Urine. So shout out to Urine. He he was playing it and he's like, no, you guys need to play this game. It's freaking great. We're like, yeah, whatever. And then he kept playing it. He's like, no, listen to me. You need to play this game. We're like, okay, whatever. And finally listened to him. We're like, holy shit, we really need to listen to you sooner. So we were late on that bandwagon, but holy crap, I love it. Love it.
And thank God you brought Loose Lemons up, because earlier today I was like, what was the name that was so phonetically pleasant that I couldn't stop saying? And now I'm like, Loose Lemons.
Loose Lemons. She popped in and said hi.
Oh, hello. I got one for you, Kyle, if you need time.
Go for it, yeah.
Literally, I hated it in the beginning. Then a few years afterwards, I was like, let me go try it out. Let me give it another chance because I love them so much and we talked about them on the show. This little game called Sekiro. First off, shout out to the Steelbook. I forgot how fire this Steelbook is. Ooh-wee. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Met the first mini boss and noped the hell out of it.
I did the same thing.
Good. And then like a few years later, I think it was like with the 60 FPS patch or whatever, I was like, let me try this game again. And literally the best action game I've ever played in my entire life. So Sekiro, I love you so dearly. My proudest platinum, the hardest platinum, the one I will never do again, because that brought me to insanity. The Owl Father fight can go kick rocks.
I despise Sekiro. I do not like it in the slightest.
Fair enough.
But
you're really good at rhythm games.
I know. I hate this. I hate it. I hate it every moment. It's a boring answer. It's Bloodborne. I like Joe with Sekiro. I tried it. I hated it. I was like, why am I going to play a game that I'm going to be frustrated at? And then trying to surprise you because I'm a good friend. I went through and platinumed it behind your back, and now I will play any FromSoft game in the Souls genre that comes out. Armored Core didn't really appeal to me, but
damn, it didn't do it for me. Please leave them alone, Sony. Please. Take anyone else.
Katie writes in, "Hey guys, hope we are doing well and staying warm. I am. I got my blankie on me right now.
I'm sweating this whole episode.
Yeah, really? Oh, I'm freezing.
For some reason, it's 1,000,000 degrees in this room.
Yeah. Currently -1 as I type this. It'd be so freaking cold at the moment. I feel like I am in Fimble winter. So I finished up Halo Reach this week, and that is a great game. Great combat and very well told story, but it is a very bleak story. This brings me to my question. What is the bleakest game you have ever played? And so we don't get too down in the dumps, let's counter that with what game has made you the most happy after playing it. As usual, much love, guys. Take care.
I think it's pretty easy for me. First off, Reach is phenomenal. But Last of Us Part 2, pretty bleak.
I was going to say Last of Us Part 2, for sure.
Yeah.
Or The Walking Dead.
Yep. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of games that make me cry. And so, yeah, Last of Us Part 2, The Walking Dead, that Dragon Cancer. I don't know if anyone remembers that game on PC. It's a story about someone's journey through cancer, and they show what they were feeling through that process. It's before your eyes. Joe was a monster and didn't feel emotion while playing that game, but it's amazing. So those are just some that come to my mind. Even though it's not that type of game, but Celeste has a very sort of bleak story, which I think I said on the show, or was it a 6-1 Indie show? I don't remember. It helped me realize that I do have anxiety. Because I that's kind of where I learned what the feelings were when I was playing that game and how to kind of like combat it. Whenever I get to that point, I imagine there's a point in Celeste where the character says just to breathe, and there's a feather that goes up and down, and you breathe with the feather, and that always pops in whenever I get to those moments. So that's like the sad ones for me. Happy?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was pretty happy with Baldur's Gate 3, the way my game ended.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, same with mine.
Astrobot's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Games that made me feel good. Jeez.
By the way, there's a mod on PC for Baldur's Gate where you can play it in first person.
What?
And it looks pretty cool.
All right. I'd get down on that.
I can imagine some of the scenes would be extra sciencey.
Hey. What up, Carlock?
Exactly.
Am I making your neck sweat, Lizelle?
This is why I love Tegan so much. I'm thinking it, she's saying it, you know?
I bet.
This is a good one. Kyle, this last question I'll take because I played with it a little bit.
Okay.
So last week, everybody was giving you compliments. They're telling you how much they love you on the show. They're asking you all sorts of questions, but you weren't here. One in particular. It's all right. It's all good. This comes from Green Gorilla Gamer yet again. He goes, Light, you trained in MMA. What style? For how long? Please message me on Discord. I must pick your brain about this. I've been training for 15 plus years, and my dad is for significantly longer. It's my passion. It's more of a passion than gaming will ever be for me. That's crazy. So you know karate?
Well, I'm so sorry. So I'm not MMA trained. Okay. But I am martial art trained. So my dad owned a martial arts school, so mostly Taekwondo. I think when I stopped, I was about to test for my fourth degree black belt.
Okay.
But then I had I have chronic illness, and it was at its peak for the worst at high school. So I kind of had to stop because, when you're getting thrown around in sparring, when you have abdominal issues,
fair,
not the greatest. So unfortunately I had to stop. So I haven't done it really since high school. But I did get some training in Kyudo, which is Japanese archery with the really long bows, Hungarian archery, Kali, and
what's Kali? Is that another form of archery?
That is, when they have the sticks and they're hitting each other with the sticks from the Philippines. Okay. And then a little bit of judo. So, but not a lot. Like I didn't actually wasn't classically trained in any of those, but he called it a martial arts school. So the focus was Taekwondo, but then we kind of just used everything to learn self-defense. So if you have to defend yourself in this situation, here's, your ability to do that here. So kind of like that.
So next time, Joe, you should be scared when she says, I'm going to aim a squirt gun at you.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a real gun.
Do you know the Vulcan death pinch? Like, what's that?
Yep. No. So my
kill me with just a thumb.
My specialty was I was really the best at ground grappling, and I could choke people out like nobody's business. That was my strength. That was my strong suit.
Hell yeah.
But I guess all told, I started when I was 4, and I stopped when I was, let's call it 18. So not huge. And I'm 32 now, so I've been out of it longer than I was in it. But I was raised in that world. Some of my family friends are like really high up people. Like there was one guy who was the Kali instructor who trained us. He was living in Canada but was from the Philippines, and he didn't understand English very well, and we brought him down from Canada to the States to stay with us for a week to help train. And they asked if he had any weapons, and he said yes, because technically his hands are registered as weapons in the Philippines because he is such a high rank. And they strip searched him, and that was a fun time.
Oh shit.
Trying to explain, no, sir, he doesn't actually have weapons. His English is not good, but technically his hands are registered as weapons. It was like a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
Holy shit.
It was a whole thing.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah. So I've got a lot of friends in high places in the martial art world. So even if I can't defend myself right now, I know people that could take care of you in such a way that no one would know.
God,
just like the Winter Soldier, I think you could be activated. Because you're like, I've been out of the game for so long. That's how every cool action movie starts.
That's awesome.
But I always hated growing up being like, oh yeah, I do martial arts. Because every guy, sorry guys, every guy without fail was like, oh, so you could beat me up? Okay, shut up. Yeah, I actually.
I mean, there was no doubt in my mind when you were describing any of that.
Now, probably not. But at that point, yeah, I could have. But please, shut up.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt, you could. Where you're like, I know this, I know that. I'm like, she's gonna kick my ass here, she's gonna kick my ass there. She's gonna shoot me
I know
with a
50
bow and
different ways
arrow.
to kick your ass.
Exactly.
My hips
She
and
knows
knees crack when I get up off the couch. There's no way.
Dude,
Yeah,
I was
now-
doing squats in the gym for the first time. I felt my knees crack when I bent them down, and when I came back up, it cracked right now. Yeah, no, there's no, without a doubt, you could take both of us easily. We are dead. All right, squirt gun
Also,
is
like,
threatening.
any guy that was like, who's even thinking of, going up to someone they don't know, like, yeah, I can beat you up.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
You have
Well,
nothing
now
better to do.
Also, but like now my defenses are up, you dumbass. Now I'm
Yeah.
prepared for something. I got a judo chop you in the throat.
Well, so in kindergarten, I had a kid who wouldn't leave me alone. So I did something called a circular throw on him, where you
I love it.
you take their lapel like this, and you put your foot on their here, and you lay on the ground and you chuck them over your head.
Oh my god, yes.
Like that. He wouldn't leave me alone. He wouldn't stop touching me, poking me, kindergartner stuff. But I told him to stop, and he didn't listen and listen to my body.
You took
and
care
I
of
chucked
business.
him. And
Yes.
the school was not happy. But luckily, it was the day I was supposed to be visiting my dad, so they had to call my dad. My dad was the one who taught me how to do it. So he was like, well, I'm not mad. And they're like, well, you should be mad. And he's like, well, I'm not mad. So that was fun.
That's
time.
Yeah,
awesome.
my dad did something similar to like my principal. He's like, you're teaching your son the wrong values or something. He's like, no, the kid made trouble. My son kicked his ass. Who gives a shit? That's my dad. He's like,
That's
whatever.
always been both
You
sides
weren't
of
gonna
my
do
family.
nothing, so he's gonna do something. It's all right.
We will
that's
never be
awesome.
opposed to you defending yourself.
Yeah.
Do what you need to do.
Absolutely.
Also, you're like, I don't think I could kick your ass now. You just threw someone in the air in kindergarten. You understand? Like it was innate in you. You absolutely could. Oh my goodness.
Maybe. I'm so out of shape now. I'd be like, hold on, let me catch my breath.
Yeah, you would just
I'm
need like
having a heart
moment.
attack. Wait a minute.
Yeah, because like no jokes aside, like friend of me of the show, Luke Lore, he knows karate as well, and he's like, it's just something that comes second nature. Like you're not even thinking about it, and you're just doing it.
Yeah,
so I think that could be the same. Yeah, buddy karate cop movie, Light and Luke.
I would love to get
cool.
back into it though. The problem is most of the schools in our area aren't open anymore because COVID really decimated a lot of them. So there is one, but he was like the big competition to my dad's school, so it just doesn't feel right going there.
Yeah.
So
you got like a Cobra Kai situation.
Yeah.
God, we need to uncover your past. This is awesome.
I got stories, man. I lived a life, let me tell you.
Light gets cooler and cooler every episode. Let me tell you something. That's rad. Well, listen, everybody. That's been this week of the Trophy Room, a PlayStation podcast made by the players, made for the players. Light, is there anything you like to, spotlight before we head on out of here?
Yeah, you can find me on YouTube at Lightweight Gaming or Lightweight Reacting. That's LITE, because spelling differently is fun. Where I play video games or watch movies / TV shows. I got a lot of cool things going on.
Yeah.
Check them out.
Check it out. Link down in the description. Kyle Stevenson. All right, come on. Let's hear it, buddy. What do you got? What do you got to spotlight?
Myself, Mr. K-Step, pretty much everywhere. That's it. Nothing else major.
Nothing happened.
No,
Nothing.
I'm just kidding. The Indie Game Awards, December 19th. Not only on 61 Indie YouTube channel, but also will be co-streamed on IGN. So go check that out there. You can go to indieawards.gg. indiegameawards.gg for a full list of nominees and who's part of the judging and who we got presenting. We even have some surprises that we haven't let anyone know about yet. This is a strictly an award show. Don't expect brand new game announcements. That's not what we're doing. We're celebrating the year of gaming in indie and the devs that sacrificed so much to make them for us to play. And also, please be kind because we're shooting this on an iPhone, so it's not going to look at like the showcase has been. So, just take that with a grain of salt. That was another thing Mike and I were like, I really hope they don't mind the iPhone footage.
Hey, iPhone footage is nothing to sneeze at now.
Dude, they're shooting 28 years later on an iPhone. Are you kidding me?
That's what I mean.
It doesn't mean anything anymore.
Who knows? But yeah, that's it.
4K. It's gonna be in 4K.
And be kind to one another. Tell people you love them. Shout people out. Also, come join Blue Sky. It's lovely.
That's honestly, listen. I was gonna say there's nothing more to say, but Blue Sky's lovely.
It's amazing.
Okay, there's not a lot of porn bots that follow me there. There's not a lot of they're not trying to sell me weird Bibles with Jeff Goldblum's face on them. None of that. Everybody's talking about games over there. It's really, really nice. There's no weird toxic stuff. There's no weirdos in there yet. Ooh, it's all moderated and curated to literally the things you're interested in. You can literally tell them, hey, I'm not interested in these posts. And guess what they do? They listen. They don't show you those posts. It's nice. It's real nice. And if you're a content creator, you actually get clicks over there. What are you laughing at?
Lemons.
Yeah, I'm laughing at Loose Lemons.
Lemon says, I'm only on X for the porn bots, though.
Well, listen, if you're into the feet stuff, X is where you're going to need to go. But Blue Sky for literally everything else. It's so much fun over there. So go check out the Trophy Room, PS Trophy Room on Blue Sky. I'm on Blue Sky at Mr. Badbit. Lightweight, you're on Blue Sky as well. Same handle?
Yep. Lightweight.
Same, Kyle? Same handle over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All the links to all the things that we all of our Blue Sky accounts, they're going to be there. So make sure you follow us over there. It's a really good time. It's really special. Let's get in on the ground floor because I think this is legitimately, I actually think this is something. So, yeah. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, if you want to support the show, head on over to patreon.com/PS Trophy Room. If you want to rate the show 5 stars, you know how to do it over on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Anywhere you get your podcast service of choice, listen to us there. Or you join us on the live show at youtube.com/PS Trophy Room. With all that said, with all that out of the way, everybody, we love you. Keep your wits about you. Keep hunting. And keep playing PlayStation. See you guys.
I love you. Oh, I don't think we said it this episode, so banger of a show. Now we can end it.
Son of a bitch.